dream happened, unfortunately.
We're going to let Lenny finish his meal. We know how much the Maniacs love the chewing into the mic. There he goes.
You're not chewing, you're not eating, you're not growing.
So here we go, episode 56.
So speaking of
We welcome back Rob Zillah on the podcast. Can you believe it?
Welcome back. Leonard. You never left.
Exactly.
So the original plan for tonight was to have on Chef Brian, who, if any longtime Maniacs will remember, Jason did a couple of great training videos with Chef Brian. He was a former coworker of mine from like 2007 to 2011. And we did some videos with Jason, but we called an audible tonight. We postponed Chef Brian for another night because we all felt it was important to kind of put to rest some of the misinformation that's been going on with us lately. Brad's DMs blew up today. My DMs blew up today. What's going on with you guys? Are you guys butthurt? What do you think of the new channel with Rob? And listen, this has all been discussed among us after the last two podcasts that we did. We sat down and we discussed it like adults. We are all on board and 100% supportive. And I'm just going to pass it off to you, Rob, to talk about what you're doing with Lenny, so we can try to get you as many subs for your new explain it, please.
Explain to the Maniacs.
First of all, if you're going to get a fat Samoan on the podcast, make it at least be Rikishi or Umaga.
Why, is Brian a Samoan?
No.
Oh.
Well, speaking of elephants, Dale Chance, let's get to the elephant in the room. And I talked to Leonard this weekend, and he said that I wasn't. He said at least 2 weeks I was supposed to be off the podcast. So having to hear from somebody else kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Lenny, who told you that? It wasn't me, and it wasn't Brad. Who told you that?
I got that from, Brad coming over.
I never said
to make his collection from me.
I never said he was banned. I just said 2 weeks because last week we weren't doing one, and this week we're going to have Chef Brian on.
Honestly,
since we don't have a fifth microphone,
correct.
That was what I told you. I never told you that Rob was fucking banned.
Well, as you communists never heard of sharing, you as a communist, you believe in share and share alike, don't you?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Share in the wealth? You can't share a microphone?
We probably could, but when we have more than 4 people, it's fucking hectic.
But we had more than 4 people last time. We had the Christian.
Obviously, I didn't hear from the elephant's mouth, so to speak, in this case, in this episode. Andrew, I didn't hear from his mouth, so I would guess that would definitely be my error.
It doesn't matter.
I don't want to.
That's why we're all here right now, to put all of our chips in the middle of the table, get on the same page, and just put all this shit behind us once and for all, because the last thing we want is people on all these different boards or whatever spreading misinformation, rumors, gossip. This one's backstabbing that one. This one is against that venture going on. We're going to just talk about it right now and get it out of the way, and then we're going to have some fun on the podcast.
Well, fuck, I lost 5 years of Adderall.
That's okay. No, dude, I'll pick it up. So you two, listen, everyone knows by now, I lost interest in filming a long time ago. I haven't been to the gym to lift a single weight in 4 months. Neither Brad or myself have any interest in filming fucked up shit, porn, tranny shit. If you guys want to do some crazy shit, we have been 100% supportive. We talked about this after podcast. Any help you need from either of us, we are totally on board. I hope you guys take it to the moon and back. Do some crazy shit. Get buck wild. Gym videos. Wherever the hell you guys go, whatever you guys do, just don't get arrested and provide everybody with the crazy Lenny content people want to see. Take it to that next level. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, what I was going to say was either way, what he said, she said, doesn't matter. What I was going to say is it made me think, at the end of the day, Delray Misfits, this is Andrew's brand, and if, say, Andrew didn't want me around, whether or not you did or not, I would have no say in that. So it made me think, all right, I'm already sucked into this shit one way or another. I want to keep it going. And as a maniac myself, I know that, Leonard's going to the gym every day, and it's just a difference of having a camera on him or not. He loves it, and people want to see that shit. So I can kind of make up for some of my fuck-ups in the Maniac universe by being the one to bring that to them and take a step back. And I know I'm just a fucking goofball jackass. Unless I'm drinking, I'm entertaining. And let Leonard be the star of the show. And just
don't open that next to the microphone. For fuck's sake, man.
Why are you getting anxious to eat some?
One of these weeks,
just ask me for
These
help.
are macadamias. I did ask you for help, Brad.
No, you did not.
Many things, and many personal things too. If you came through, not really.
Well, I'm not participating in tranny shit.
yeah.
Is that a Freudian slip? I didn't say that. That's what was on your mind.
Because that's what you always ask me.
No, that's on your mind.
Jesus,
That was for you.
Brad.
That was for
Why'd
you.
you have to lift your ass in my direction? That's what I want to know.
This
It
is
comes out better
You
than
know,
that
this is me just taking the torch. You know, just grabbing the
But
torch.
we talked about it after the last two podcasts.
Yeah, right,
There's
right.
no misunderstanding.
No, there
Correct.
wasn't a misunderstanding about that at all. No.
You said you wanted to continue to film, and
Right.
we're all about. Go ahead.
Here's one of the misunderstandings, at least if I'm reading the tea leaves correctly, that Rob came down here to break up the Delray Misfits. And listen, we're not the Beatles. We're not a crime family. We're not a cartel.
We're not cookie cutters, which
We're-
those groups mentioned are.
We're long time we're long time friends who do shit on YouTube and have a podcast, and you guys take it to that next level. You know you have our support.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what I'm trying to do is break up. I'm trying to keep shit going. You know,
Yeah, and that's fine. We said we were all fine with it.
right.
You know that.
So what is
People are
the,
gonna hate no matter what. You do a video and then they're still gonna complain
Oh,
about
well,
it.
welcome
nitpick
to the
everything.
Genovaverse,
Yeah,
where
right,
you're
right.
damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Right,
if
for
you
sure.
do X, you should have done Y. If
Right.
you do Y, I've been hearing that for 10 years.
Yeah.
When
There's not enough content. Wait, what do you guys think about Rob
Right.
filming Lenny? Should he really do that? Like, shut the fuck up.
I've heard that for years with the filming of Jason. If you know, I won't get into it, but
Lenny's 49 years old.
Right.
He's a fucking adult.
I'm 18 forever.
Okay.
what?
Nobody
And the way I see it,
we're all free agents. It's not-
right?
There's
Yeah,
no
no, for
fucking.
sure. But
100%.
There's no doubt about it that he has star power, and he can be like, if somebody like Beetlejuice can get famous through Howard Stern, get on movies and shit, Leonard can take it to that level. And I want to see him get to that level, and the Maniacs want to see him get to that level.
You're referring to Chuck Basher's Beetlejuice, correct?
Chuck, yeah, the bastard child from Chuck Basher's porn videos.
So what is the YouTube channel that you created?
It's just called Big Lenny. I wanted it to be called the Big Lenny Show, but
Have you
Big
considered
Lenny.
it, giving it like a different, less of a cookie cutter kind of a name? We got to try to come up with something.
There's
I
nothing
think
cookie
a
cutter
little
about
more-
Big Lenny.
No, but the
Whoa.
name. I'd say a little more of
Whoa.
a catchy name. I'm just saying. Just a thought.
I want it to be called the Big Lenny Show.
Okay.
And when I announced that, a Maniac started a channel called that, like an
In
ass.
a way, though, Andrew,
Oh,
I
no
think,
shit.
Yeah.
Because
think-
I looked up the Big
Yeah.
Lenny show, but
And
it
was
didn't.
my live, right?
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
didn't show anything else, and I'm like, how the fuck? But somebody linked me to the video through Instagram, and I could
On
get
my-
it through
on
there.
my bio, yeah.
Yeah, I could get
Maniac's
it through there.
posting
Yeah,
that,
but then if you just go straight to YouTube and type it in, it doesn't.
No,
come,
he's
all
got
this
so
other
much
shit
content.
comes up. Yeah,
I think
that's
if
why
it-
I say you might want to change
the name
Yeah.
overshadows the person or the group. That's cookie cutter.
What do you want it to
doesn't
be
matter.
called?
The name
That's
doesn't.
fine.
The name doesn't really matter as long as he's in the.
Quick name. Say somebody, celebrating the birthdays. Doesn't matter. It's the content of the person. Just like those who want special rights and recognition for their sexual preference, color, country of origin, you name it, religious beliefs. We're interested in what the person is and the message they come across and what they do and what they produce to your fellow humans, because we're not here by ourselves. None of us would be anywhere without each other. And that's something I've learned in the past couple of years, thanks to you guys and many others, Maniacs and other people.
Thanks, Leonard.
Yeah.
That was a very cookie cutter response, but I'll take it.
Nicely said. So, all right, good. I mean, it'll be a good thing, and you're able to film whenever, wherever.
Yeah.
Good. Your
Well, the other kid's.
cameraman too.
Yeah, he's filming, But
Like, how about the taco lady's residence? Whenever, wherever. I'm holding you to that.
Nope.
Nope.
You wish.
We'll see. Stay tuned, man.
Rob Zillah met her.
Brad's actually making good progress. I understand he performed his first Devil's Kiss. And those of you that don't know what that is, which Brad told me
Licking that chocolate starfish.
How was it, Brad? I see you're here in one piece. There's not a white film on your tongue.
It was actually excellent. She's got such a beautiful ass, I couldn't resist. Especially once I got some of your stash. That was it.
I'm glad to hear it, Brad.
You were right, Leonard. I got to tell you.
That's what did it.
I got to that subspace.
Yeah, you craved it.
Brad's going to be doing live streams at Walmart next.
Or Club Atomic.
I'll be in the cart while Lenny pushes it around.
You know what they say,
Playing
Brad?
grab ass with
You've
everybody.
licked one ass, you've licked them all. That includes there's no difference between a man, a woman,
Okay. No,
An
you're
old
getting
lady?
stupid.
Or an elephant. When did you get into Lenny's stash, Dale?
See, Lenny was willing to share that just because he knew that it would put me in that place.
Yeah.
That brings me back to a theory. I think Dale may have induced birth by the PGCL peptide, which induces birth in large animals, specifically
Let me
elephants.
see your mic for a second.
Oh, there's fucking food all over it. Jesus Christ.
Well, good. At least there's not.
Hold it from here.
Okay.
At least there's not Newport.
Yeah, don't hold the
ashes all over it.
cord's gonna.
Yeah.
See, when I suck off trainers, I'm used to holding it from the bottom. You know what I mean? So I get the full depth into my mouth and the choking effect. So I'm not used to holding it that close. So forgive me.
You're forgiven.
You're a sick fuck.
And you're well on your way to overshadowing me, Brad. You already turned the first
I
step.
can promise you I will never suck dick.
He went over the edge. Oh,
Like the Tootsie Pop, how many licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? How many scoops of G until you suck a tranny's dick?
that's good for a live one day, Maniacs. We're going to make it happen.
Place your bets.
Not happening.
So why?
But no, it's not that big of a deal.
What was her reaction?
Loved it.
In what way? Could you demonstrate the moans and the groans? And
She asked me to marry her after.
Did she really? Holy shit! I gotta try that with the white gals.
Normally, you think after she cook you some of those tacos.
That too.
Jeez.
Yeah, she's a keeper.
Yeah.
So now you're not eating her other taco now, aren't you? Just,
Oh, sure. I love that too.
wow. Be careful of the supposed cross-contamination. That's
No,
what's
I
good
know.
about
It's front to back.
That's what's good about doing a 10-10-10. You can suck the cock in the ass without cross-contamination of bacteria.
Okay, there you go. That's what's good about it.
So have you done it since, or just that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So now it's a regular.
What, the 10-10-10? I didn't hear about that.
Good stuff.
He did. Look at him. He's got guilty eyes like a guilty puppy dog.
Yeah, 10-10-10s, Leonard. That's just I'm not that deranged as you. You've been a faggot. You've been a faggot since you were born.
Yeah, you're born like that, really. Yeah.
You
There
are.
we go again.
You are. You know it. It's
here we
okay.
go
It's
again,
okay.
Brad.
It's all right.
You're not born like that. It's perversion thanks to porn. You're porned like that, yeah.
You don't watch porn
Speaking
anymore.
of porn, what were you saying about London, England before we started the podcast? We were talking.
Some porn ban, some shit. July 15th, they're banning porn unless. Let me get the fucking thing up. But before I mention that, my question I was thinking about. I know he probably talked about it before, but you said Kalora used to be into the trannies too, right?
Well, I can't speak on his behalf. We have to get him to call in.
All right. Sorry, Catman.
I learned my lesson from falsely speaking on Andrew,
Well, that was
Prince
false.
Andrew's behalf.
No, but Kalora talked about it when he was on the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He
Yeah.
did.
Well,
Yeah.
He did. He said that she put you in that
Yeah. Okay.
subspace, whatever.
UK porn website ban starts on July 15th. Here's how the new proof of age laws work. Pornhub and YouPorn have developed a verification system called Age ID. You got to be 18 or up to watch porn.
Yeah, good luck.
How are they going to verify that?
I don't know. That's just a chunk.
What is the root cause of that? And there may be something very horrific behind the scenes that we need to know about. That I sort of suspect.
I don't think I want to know. What do you think it is?
Let's see.
Gore, torture, porn. Possibly.
You've seen some of that?
Yes. Not the stuff that I read about that's on the deep web, no. As far as somebody's in a
You haven't gotten down.
somebody's in
on
a
the dark web
garage
yet?
or a basement, they're tied up, and people are paying Bitcoin to have them sexually tortured, raped, and we're talking about
those webcam. That webcam.
we're talking about old ladies, babies, toddlers, real human filth.
Is that why Jay Masters keeps inboxing me how to buy Bitcoins?
Hey, he's got a lot of free time on his hands.
Yeah, enough time to talk shit behind my back.
But what about you? You said you wanted to knock him out all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, I mentioned on what was that question at the video? Something about
You were
when you want to fight somebody, you want to get that first.
Why now? Why now? All of a sudden, is this coming again?
Well, it was a question to me, and I said within 10 years.
I thought all that shit was resolved.
Nothing's resolved.
Well, now you want to say it when he's in a fucking wheelchair.
No, that's what he wants me to think. He wants people to think. That's what I'm saying. If you could hear, I know the song wasn't good, but I said in 10 years, when his fat ass heals up.
10 years?
Yeah.
You both will be fucking dead before 10 years.
Brad, I wouldn't say that. People that said I'm dead are dead. I can count them on two hands. That's not a very smart thing to say.
Why?
Because people have died.
The way you guys abuse fucking steroids, there's no way you should be living right
listen
now.
to this fucking idiot. Did you ever see a Bigger, Faster, Stronger? The deaths from steroids are worse than deaths from water or fucking vitamin C. There's more deaths from vitamin C.
Yeah, but you
that.
abuse them.
What's abuse?
What's abuse?
Define abuse.
Your mic is not working right. I don't know what's going on.
Because he keeps holding the fucking cord.
Try again, Lenny. Talk.
He's rubbing the tip.
No, try talking into it. Not breathe.
Okay.
Talk. Yeah, better. Okay, good. I got it.
Good.
Yeah.
I bet half of this shit that you put in your body doesn't even react. Doesn't even. It's just you probably just flush it straight out.
Same with that dope you smoke.
Because you were you were bigger when you were just. Remember when you took that little break and you were just cruising on test? You were bigger than you are now. Last year.
Bigger.
You were bigger.
Bro, you don't have an eye for a physique. There's many factors you got to look at. Water retention, intracellular fat, which I still have little to any.
Okay.
Lenny.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope you guys do live a long time.
Brad, trust me, most of the time you are wrong, but then you come
That's
to
good.
learn. That's how you learn.
What do you think of the NFL banning the Oklahoma drill? Did you read about that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't surprise me. Like I said, nothing surprises me anymore, but
yeah, they banned it in all the
They wanted
training.
us to ask you that, too. Somebody messaged me about that, too.
Well, NFL is very soon for me to be never heard of it.
Yeah, it's...
progressively has gotten worse. I don't see people need to wake up. And hopefully Vince McMahon's legal.
That's not going to go anywhere.
We'll see. I hope it does.
There's too much
Because
stupid
people,
shit.
NFL is cookie cutter. People are addicted to tradition. Let's face it, tradition ended maybe 10, 15 years ago. It's just not the same.
What do you mean by tradition?
Players staying with teams. I mean, everyone's out for the money, but these guys were offered a couple million off to what amounts to almost $20 million salary and refusing to accept it, not going to mandatory team workouts, showing that I don't give a fuck about anybody but myself. I mean, this is a team sport. And you see these guys, these clowns that left the Steelers. Let's see how good this is. I think I'm going to be mainly interested in this year's seeing those two jackasses perform. And believe me, the numbers are going down.
Oh, Le'Veon and the Jets, yeah.
And
then
they're on where non-saying names for, like that basketball player, that Lion basketball player, pervert.
Who's that? Stop.
I'm not saying his fucking name.
Hold it here.
No, he's all right now. I fixed it.
Oh, okay. You want to swing it and give Rob Zillah the Dutch hammer on his forehead? You ever do that, Leonard? You've probably had it done to you.
Yeah.
Or it's the Russian,
I know what
the
you
Russian
mean.
hammer. Whatever.
Why do you know all these terms and I don't?
Urban Dictionary.
Remember, like you go in urban areas and bathrooms when you're delivering mail, acting like you're going on a break. How many times have you been sucked off in a bathroom, in a gas station, in a park,
How many times
in somebody's residence, or come onto by homosexuals? How many times in that long storied career of you?
I have no idea.
Well, this must have been a lot.
Did you see the USPS is going to be introducing self-driving trucks?
Good luck with that.
Read about that?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
That just shows how sorry these postmen are.
Self-driving
They'd
truck.
rather have
But
a
the trucks-
self-driving truck than Brad behind the wheel.
Well, there's going to be somebody behind the wheel to deliver the mail.
There's going to be like I said, they're going to find a way with self-delivering mail.
You're probably
It's
right.
not going to be hard, underground little chutes and stuff.
That's not going to be hard.
It's going to be a work, that's probably what you'll be doing.
What do you mean, like on
breaking
a
up
ship?
concrete?
Digging trenches,
Yeah.
like laying down cable.
Yeah.
What they need to do is bury the fucking power lines first, so we don't keep losing power every time we have a fucking 30-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah.
There's no reason for power lines to be above
Well,
ground.
it's for profit because every time they go down, you got to get
It's
to
true.
buy the lines, you got to pay for the labor. Then they say the economy's booming because of that.
Well, a lot of the new communities bury the power lines
Yeah,
now,
if they
and
got
then
the
they
money.
don't fucking end up losing power.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see. This will be your first summer down here. So if we get a tropical storm or hurricane,
Go to Brad's place. His power never goes out for long.
that's what I did 2 years ago.
I don't blame you.
I spent the night at his place.
Fucking sucks.
It's
And
nice.
I was doing a
Yeah.
pre-contest Ruby, Dale,
Right.
with no refrigerator. How's that?
That's
no
right. That
open
was-
gym.
Which
That was a month.
hurricane
That
was
was a
that?
month before.
That was when I looked my worst, but I still did it, Mr. Chance.
Well, are you going to
Don't talk to me about motivation.
Are you going to do the?
You're up there at Chance Estate at a climate-controlled everything, for fuck's sake.
So, are you going to do the Ruby or not now? What's your?
No.
Okay, you want to do the one up by him at the end of October.
I want to
he
make
said.
myself a 300-pound in-shape freak. That's been the goal from day one. If that is what my mindset needs to be, 300 pounds, no more than 5% body fat. And I'm going to get it tested every way possible this time. 300 pounds and 5% body fat. And I'm not going to make it. So why do it? And that gets back to me, Mr. Cocky
not even-
Jockey up there in North Carolina, working for the Chance firm. What are you, 168 pounds? Why don't you just be man's bikini? You're not showing anything, and as people want to see freaks.
Samurai Jack.
I do.
Who's he talking about now?
Samurai Jack. The Asian guy that deals with
Oh,
That-
okay.
That's
Cornelius
right. Nobody
Trust.
knows who he is. Why? If you were a freak, they'd know who you were, son. Take advice from me, not Mr. Trophy Collector up there.
Go suck black dick.
Yeah.
You'll be a legend.
Dale, like I said, I had somebody, and Maniacs, you need to know this. I don't know if it's true or not. I'd like Dale to call in. Supposedly one of your
That's a great idea.
one of your clients is one of the judges on that panel. And I didn't know that, but you can call in and next time, whatever, even tonight.
Wait. I'm going to reach
Well, this
out
isn't
to him.
live, so.
Right.
But you could text them now.
Actually, he's texting you now, Dale. I want to hear. I want to respond to these allegations. I want to hear it in your words.
Well, watch. Then he'll talk about himself having abs and shit that you can't really see.
Right.
He did it.
The funny thing is, I could have won that show.
The only one that worries him is Calora. That's it.
Yeah, but I got the better legs.
He invited us up there. He said he'd have a place for us to stay too.
I tell you
yeah.
what, that's a reason for me to go. But then again, that's one of Dale's tricks. He knew damn well if I was to stay at that woman's house, I would chain myself to a wall and not even do the Ruby. Chain myself naked. Use my posing oil everywhere and inside everywhere in that lady's basement or out in her backyard.
That lady.
Yeah. Well, I won't mention any names. That blonde. Now Rob's eyes lit up.
The former Mrs. Parkin.
Right.
We got one of the blondes, the blonde with the dead brother. that I talked about, we got her in one of the videos yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't talk. She just,
She smiled at me because she knew I was eyeing her up. Before he even told me, like, that's a dick-sucking slut if I ever saw it.
Yeah.
And Rob said, that's the one. I thought, oh, shit.
She looked like an ass-to-mouth chick.
She looked like an
No, that's a different one.
ass. Yes. Yes, she did.
So you're on speaking terms with her again?
No.
But
She gave me the death stare.
Oh, so she just ran
she
into
gave
you
me
guys
the-
at
Yeah,
the gym.
it told the cameraman sneak her in the footage. Yeah.
But
This
she
was
saw
at the
you.
gym?
Yeah. She goes to LA Delray.
Oh, okay.
I'm
curious
tempted
to see what
say
she
her
looks
name
like.
and let them run wild on her.
She looks like a... Yeah.
DM me. I might change my mind by then.
You tell one person and that's it.
Ask Rob Zillah if he's one of those douchebag GNC guys that tries to sell GNC products. Actually, Big Mike from House Nutrition texted me yesterday because I actually send everybody over there. So you could go fuck yourself with your little douchebag questions.
Are you still at GNC?
Yeah, my last day is tomorrow, and then from then on, let's just say
You know what last day is? We're all placing our orders with you today.
Oh, yeah, right.
I remember Andrew Calora's last day at GNC, but it'll remain nameless unless he wants to come on and speak about it.
It'll remain nameless?
The events.
You won't tell the story.
The
Okay.
events. Yeah.
Jesus
I think we may
Christ.
already have. But
Well, I might stay there part-time so I can still get the discounts.
So your boss,
steal.
Freudian slip.
your boss was very happy about the calls he was getting, huh? I saw that note. You sent me the picture of the note he left for you.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, you don't? All right. That was fucking funny. Why not?
Please do, Rob. Please.
All right, yeah, you assholes were calling but the boss, telling him I'm a cokehead, this and that, and I walk into work one day and there's a Narcotics Anonymous flyer on the fucking...
Fucking great.
And I'm talking to him and I'm like, yeah, man, so I'm taking CBD now to chill me out because my mind is too fast. He's like, oh, so you could never be the type to do cocaine then? And I'm like,
He's trying to get it out of you.
Yeah, right.
If you do blow, you'll be up for days.
Yeah, right. Well, if I need an 8-ball, I'll just steal some of your shit, sell it, and buy one. How's that?
There you go.
Maniacs, hit me up if you want some Blackstone Labs products. No, they don't sell them there. If they did, that would be great.
All right, Lenny, you want a question?
Mm-hmm.
This is from Mark. He sent me this through Facebook. Andrew, I was wondering if you'd ask the advice of the guys, so everyone feel free to chime in. I'm 43 and I'm struggling with recovery. Based on the advice of Lenny, I went to buy research liquids, but I am not sure what you get. I've never taken anything before. I'm interested in taking test only. Can you get a recommendation? And then I asked him what did he mean by recovery. I wasn't sure what he meant. So he said, a year ago I got sick of being a fat ass. I started lifting 5 days a week. Believe it or not, I was watching YouTube one day and stumbled on the video of Lenny talking about making excuses. That day I started this journey, and he sent me a couple of before and after pictures, and it's a pretty remarkable transformation. My problem now is I've hit a wall. I'll work a muscle group and it takes an extensive amount of time to recover. I had my T checked and it's normal for men in my age group, but that's bullshit. I want to train harder and longer with the eventual goal of being 700 pounds ripped. That's from Mark.
Mark, I can tell you right away, BioResearch Liquids is the top of the line if you want proper dosing, safety, sourcing, all that. That's been in business for years. I hear the extent that my employer goes to finding these and keeping these sources, which are research purposes only.
It's excellent shit, too. I'll vouch for that.
Yes,
me
but
too.
the one thing I would have made you buy immediately, and you can tell them Big Lenny sent you or whatever, MK677.
Excellent.
That is a liquid oral growth hormone releaser that has tons of documented data on YouTube, Enhanced Athlete, Tony Huge, many, many, many others. That will increase your appetite, increase your natural production of growth hormone from your own pituitary gland, and it causes an increase. It can help you sleep better. I do it personally at night before I sleep. Get you in a deep REM stage sleep, and it helps with your appetite as well.
Oh, when I was taking that, I could eat the fucking walls. I was hungry all fucking
Which is
day.
good, provided you're eating the right ratio of protein, carbs, and fats. That and test, of course, when the doctor tells you, again, here we go, doctor, it's normal. No, it's not. For building muscle, you can't be in the normal range. You've got to be, let's say, I don't go by blood levels, but I go by what are you injecting. Most likely a medium lasting ester, like an enanthate or cypionate, at 400 milligrams a week minimum. Anywhere upward to 600. That, to me, is a good dose to build muscle on and not reach into the raising your blood pressure, those type of effects. So those two, for everybody that's not doing it right away, and I guarantee you, you'll be healthier, stronger, and have a reason to wake up in the morning. And a reason to jerk off in the morning. Trust me on that, Mark.
What was your morning jerk material again?
It's usually in my mind now. After being a porn addict.
She's got the spank bank.
Monique something?
Yeah, she's always on the cards. When I make my trip up there, I'll go in and make sure
Tamika?
check her out.
Yeah, but the one thing about that stuff, because people have ordered it and they say, "Oh, it doesn't taste. It's not.
That's
It's
the
not
only
going to taste
drawback.
good. It does not taste good. It's raw.
And it lingers for a few minutes, but you know,
Good shit doesn't always doesn't taste well. I mean,
Yeah,
why are you going to add flavoring to it? Just
Right,
give me
right.
the fucking,
when
I
that
don't want
tan-
sugar in my cocaine. I want it to taste like
exactly. Quit cutting that shit.
Right, when I'm sucking off a 10-10-10, I don't care what that load tastes. It just as enough of it and enough protein.
It always goes down.
And she's got a nice, sexy face and a big set of tits I can look at while I'm doing it. And she's smacking me in the face and talking in a sexy voice.
I got a good one.
Put your face in it, bitch.
Yeah.
Very sexy.
Yep.
Yeah, deeper voice
Yeah.
than you. Fuck.
This guy says, if I found a cheap garage type building in Boca and a cheap decent equipment on Craigslist, would y'all be willing to accept a GoFundMe to start your own gym?
We have to see it first. I mean, it could be some fun in the trailer park. They still have trailer parks in Boca, believe it or not. About the size of a fucking bathroom.
Well, he's talking about like an industrial area where they have the
Talking about
mechanics
cheap
and shit.
He wasn't specific again.
Yeah.
Specific, sir. We need to take a look at it and just be a little more specific.
If it's like a Boca House of
I got
Steel
a nice
type place.
cheap gym too where I live. You want to train there? I don't think so.
I actually want to train there tomorrow with you if you want to do a video there.
You got to get the girl. You got to get the gal.
This one doesn't want to do the first time on camera. We need a hood booger.
All right, I'll call her up. But
You said you had a couple of them lined
I
up.
had one.
Tinkerbell, right?
yes, I'd have to find her. I think I lost her number, but
Why don't you program any fucking names into your phone so you know?
yeah, that's gonna look great when people look at my phone history. Tinkerbell. The
Who's
goddess.
looking at your phone history?
I guess
Is
something
mommy still checking your shit?
I don't know.
Your mom doesn't even know you have that phone. What the fuck are you scared of?
No, it's not that. It's just
Because
I don't know if I want that.
He's going through texts.
I don't
He's
know
showing
if
me
that-
it's all numbers. There's
I don't
no
like the
names.
idea of hood boogers
He's
showing
got
up.
he's got our numbers memorized, so he knows when we pop up. But
These hood boogers need to understand. I call them and get them at my convenience, not theirs. They can't show up thinking I want to do shit. I don't care if it's free or not. If I'm fucking sleeping or eating, I don't want to do shit. You know.
yeah, no kidding.
When I was younger, yeah, you drop that. Well, I'm 18 forever, but you guys don't know what I mean. It's just I've been doing it for years. Unless you can provide something really fantastic, like you're going to fist me or something.
That's fantastic to you.
Yeah, and she's small enough to do it.
Good.
Well, I'm sure Rob wouldn't mind that footage. I think she could do it.
You were squirming like a fuck when that fat little Cuban was putting her fingers in your ass. So you think you could take a fisting?
I know.
Come on.
You could do it.
Your asshole be bleeding for days.
Wow, Brad, you talk from. That's what I wanted to
Oh, here we go.
have somebody call and say, how's it feel? Brad just gave you the specifics, which he normally doesn't do. Your ass is bleeding for days.
I can imagine.
No, Brad.
That would be my guess.
No, Brad. You were specific, and that's unlike you.
Yeah. The last time you fisted me, I bled for a
Did
week
she
straight.
get it all the way up to the elbow?
You did.
You know who I think
You're a
did
little,
it?
like Jay said, you got 14-inch arms. Who do you think you are? Fucking Muhammad Ali? You're
Yeah.
going to knock him out?
Even if I had 14 arms, I could knock him out.
By the way, I watched that on HBO, the Muhammad Ali, the 2-part. It's worth watching. It was good.
What are your thoughts on Muhammad after this? More respect or less? Because I know you had a picture of him in your bathroom as a shrine.
I have a signed picture of him.
A signed?
I think they fucked up with him. If you watch it at the end, he shouldn't have. His last 5 fights, you could tell he was suffering from that. It was pretty bad.
They don't care. They want the fucking money.
Now they would never have sanctioned him. He was slow. It was fucked up. But
you can listen to any number of retired boxers. Riddick Bowe, they all punch drunk. Well, he had Parkinson's. It's different, but
Muhammad Ali had 160 amateur fights before he went to the Olympics.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they were.
And then his last few years, he was just playing the rope-a-dope shit, so the other guy would get tired, and then he would win. So he was taking beatings. It's interesting, though. It's worth watching.
Well, his ass
you would like it.
His ass could have been shredded to pieces over in Vietnam, so he had to consider himself lucky. That was a poor example for the youth of. If he would have signed up, he would have went over there. They wouldn't have had him in combat.
You're right. They would have taken care of him. You're right. It's worth watching, though. You were telling me about an interview I had to see today. You were all amped up about the Palumbo fucking Dorian Yates interview.
It came to my attention. Dave Palumbo interviewed Dorian. Dorian was on his couch. He looked like he's a little stoned, but they were talking about truth in the news. And I was listening to it. They didn't really get controversial until about a quarter of the way in, but there was comments, you and Big Lenny need to be on a podcast. You and Big Lenny need to go to Ayahuasca, to have Brad to
Ayahuasca.
Yeah, so
let's do it.
Dorian said the same things I did. He went over to, and Palumbo said, what's so controversial? He goes, talking about the Holocaust. He said, he goes, that wasn't true, how it was reported, what's taught in the schools, what was taught to him. And Dave was like, how do you know this and this and that? He goes, well, I looked at facts online. Number one, look up the David Irving speeches. And for what got it for me personally, when you can deny any historical fact and no one's going to say, you can deny the existence of Jesus, which I've heard people do, yet there is historical evidence of him being alive on the earth. But he denied the Holocaust in some way. And David Irving was jailed. You can get jailed in many countries, including Canada. And even Al Jazeera caved in. I heard that someone that denied the Holocaust, they refused to report on it. And that's Al Jazeera. That's a Muslim, Arab-based news outlet. So a lot of brainwashing. But Dorian, he's a man that speaks his mind. He did as a bodybuilder. He says, because that never happened. He says, like I said, there was internment camps for Jews, Italians, the United States during World War II. Problem was, over there, a lot of those supply lines for food, whatever, were bombed by the Allies, by us, by England, by Russia. They couldn't get the supplies in. Therefore, there was mass starvation, which caused a typhus outbreak. People say everyone was burnt in a chimney and the smoke came through the roof. No, that wasn't true. Every facility like that had a crematorium. And that's where you put the dead bodies. You may burn dead bodies, because diseases would break out because of that when people were confined into spaces like that. So, and Dorian even said, if you look at history, in Auschwitz, a so-called death camp, because if people were using swimming pools, they were celebrating bar mitzvahs there, birthday parties. They were actually treated probably better than we did the Japanese.
Where did he find all this information?
Online, look it up. And then, of course, Dave said, not everything online is true. He says, yeah, but when you research it, when you see these historians, and even there's a lot of Jewish historians saying the same thing, that is the biggest hoax perpetrated on the news to this day. And I still heard something about somebody about reparations, financial reparations. And Dave Palumbo, it's funny, watch it, maniacs. The look on his face, because he's part Jewish, he said that he goes, I could talk to my relatives. And the first thing, and Dorian basically shook his head saying, let's change the topic, whatever, because Dave asked him. Dorian didn't come out and say it. Dave specifically asked him his views on the Holocaust because he heard some rumors. Again, rumors. So, during, immediately I thought, well, bring your relatives on. If they're there, well, how are they there? If there was a Holocaust, that means everybody was dead. That's what the word means. How do you survive that? Makes no sense. It's like saying I survived a raging inferno in a building that burnt the building, but I survived. Like, what are you talking about? Everybody jumping on the bandwagon? I guarantee you, if these people came on, they had legitimate, which will never happen, people asking them questions. Where were you? What unit? Do you remember anything? It'll be.
I don't think there's anybody. I don't think there's anybody alive from that.
Well, that apparently is. There's people still getting reparations for it. Apparently, it's still a thing.
Holocaust survivors?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
sure.
a lot of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A lot of them that have tattooed numbers.
Right, they have number tattoos. I've seen it when I was younger. I saw that.
That doesn't prove authenticity. Anybody could do that.
Isn't Saul a Holocaust survivor?
Saul?
No.
Yeah, he's dead, isn't he?
No.
They keep saying he is.
No.
R.I.P. Saul.
But the point is, it's not about that in particular. It's about what you're being taught. And I want to get back to Arnold Schwarzenegger getting drop kicked.
Oh, yeah. What about that? They were asking about that, too.
First of all, the security was pitiful. That should have never happened. He could have came in with a knife.
That's true.
And I'm sure if there were metal detectors and stuff inside, he could have done something lethal. Who is a big Mandela supporter for publicity? Arnold. I remember you going over there saying he's one of your heroes. For what? Well, you look online at the truth about that. Type in, I want the truth about Nelson Mandela. And the best thing for him, in my opinion, from what I've heard, what he did is radicalization. He should have been hanging from a rope before he was ever put in a prison. He is just a doodle. He's a devil. He's a demon. He's a race baiter. He's a coward. He's a communist. And whatever he did after prison was just all smoke and mirrors. That's what you get, Arnold. And you know what? I'll give you credit for one thing. You could have came out and said it was racial, because this human being that did this not only did it for publicity, he did it because he was taught by Mandela and the African National Congress that he was affiliated with, that to hate the white man, the rich, successful white man, are the worst of the worst, and I'm going to take me one out. And Arnold had enough class not to
take him out. He drop kicked him.
Well, you take him out.
He barely moved him.
Well, that's why he did it. Well,
if you want to take him out, like you said, he could have ran up with a fucking knife.
Well, I guess, that's what you get for lifting your life, a long life. You got good balance and stability.
Yeah, but he's people standing there that held him up. I mean, if there was nobody in front of him, he probably would have fell.
What was he screaming afterwards? I want a Lamborghini? I mean,
wasn't there people didn't he fall into people? How the fuck? Of course he's not going to fall down.
We want to be like P.J. Braun. Should have kicked P.J. Braun in one of those expos. He's the one with the Lamborghini. But Arnold is... First of all, Arnold, you need to press charges on that, because now you're going to have a whole... People are going to say, well, Arnold didn't do it, I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see who can knock down Arnold.
Arnold, you're letting that type of nonsense go in society, where you come up and insult somebody like that? Show some more self-respect. Who do you think you are, the Pope? You're not the Pope. But that's what you get, Arnold. Rub elbows with them. See how much they respect you after all that. You're on their side. Yeah, perfect example, Arnold. Fucking moron, meathead. Another one, a big Muhammad Ali friend and supporter. The hell would I be that porch monkey's friend for?
Jesus Christ.
That makes me ill looking at him running his mouth like that. He wasn't running his mouth at Alzado too much when Alzado cracked him upside the head.
You know what? They did not show that in the document. They didn't show that.
Of course not. Alzado took it to him.
Yeah.
And more importantly was a fucking guy that's just a football player took it to him. A guy that just did a few amateur fights took it to him. A white guy was mocking him. If you look at the end of the fight, Alzado's mocking him. The big flabby Ali. Look at that physique on him. Looks like a porch monkey pot smoker from the fucking hood. Oh, and to get back, Anna McCloud, one of the best videos ever, educational videos. The Russian roulette foot shooting in good old Fort Lauderdale.
Did you see that?
Fort Lauderdale. Did you see that?
Florida.
What happened?
That's a must-see.
Haitian kids playing.
Can't believe you didn't see that.
Go ahead. You can talk about it. Go ahead.
Showed Fort Lauderdale's new Universal Order video.
It's on its Instagram?
Yes, but
I think it was on Barstool Sport. It was on all kinds of Instagram pages.
There's a bunch of black youth, with the cookie cutter hair clothes and such, with their cars in a circle, and the guy's flipping the barrel
for $400.
Russian roulette. Yeah, $400, flipping the barrel, shoots one guy in the foot. The guy wraps up his bloody foot. You can tell he's in severe pain. He ends up getting shot again. He looks like he's about to pass out. Okay. I tell you what, the foot has so many bones in it. I don't know whether to replicate that myself out of stupidity or courage. Or they're probably high on perks and weed. But that's one of the most insanely stupid things to do.
Yeah, well, it went viral, so I'm sure they're pretty happy.
Oh, I expected to.
$400?
Would you do it, Rob?
Hell no. For a little bit more money, I'll consider.
Rob, the pain
That's
of
already
that.
lying.
Oh my God. Jesus.
All those bones and how many 26 bones I believe in the feet.
Holy shit.
And that's going right through them.
It's Barstool Sports.
Oh, okay. It's probably way back then.
How long ago was it posted? When did Adam post it?
A couple days ago.
All right, let me go to New Universal.
Thanks, Adam, by the way, who's superior to Winston Churchill. I've done some research on Churchill, too. Adam should be sitting here on a throne, Andrew.
He's moving to Boca. He's welcome anytime. Where the fuck is it?
Anyway, anything you'd like to add, Rob?
Yeah. I want to talk about the phone call with Jason before.
Please do.
Yeah, he called because I got the new account going. And he's like, listen, bro, I'm going to help you build your channel up and get followers, but here's the deal. And I'm like, dude, we don't need a deal. Lenny's popular. Lenny's going to get big. And he's like, I know how to do this shit. I know how to work YouTube, but here's the deal. I'm going to help you guys out. I just need the password to the account, and you can send the footage to me. I'll edit it. And for
post it on his account.
Yeah. And for exchange of that, you guys can, pay me monthly.
Great.
Sure.
And I said, what did you ever give Leonard for helping you with your channel out and being in your videos? He said, stuff along the years, like bodybuilding advice.
Thanks, Jason. It shows.
Yeah. Gifts here and there. Hammer
curls works all your triceps. There's your bodybuilding advice.
He man.
Sick.
He fucking.
I saw that president video last night. The president where he wants to run for president.
I
think that shit was funny. I actually like that.
Was it? All right.
Yeah, that's just funny. That's a good concept. I think he should run with that. He's
president of the Leather Helmets Club.
Or like Jay says, the window licker.
Yeah, they could pay him to do speeches.
Hey, Jay, you know that from experience? Is that a Freudian slip? Are you speaking from experience? I could see you in a Michigan outfit as a kid with that nice leather helmet, looking like thinking you're Gerald Ford.
You make me choke.
Licking that window. Licking that tainted window. I'm a real Michigan Wolverine. Look at me. I'm Gerald Ford, the president.
He's going to get very upset with you now, Leonard.
No. He's a publicity sponge. Sponge day and queer pants.
Oh, Lenny, what do you think about the new abortion laws? Hickson Thomas. Personally, I used to be pro-choice, but the things I'm starting to hear about late-term abortion is very scary.
Fuck you.
It's not about late-term abortion. It's about human life. And it's about time.
You agree with that shit?
Yes.
Do you really?
Absolutely.
Give me a fuck.
Because everything else...
Even in cases of rape and incest? Come on.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
No, that wasn't incest involved in that.
That's part of the law that, including rape and incest, they still cannot get an abortion.
Well, I think
that's fucking horrible.
It makes a case for
let all those fucking nose-picking redneck inbreeds up there go fuck themselves. All the women should move the fuck out of that
Those
state.
inbreds are on a higher plane of life than most of the cookie cutters in this country. I can guarantee you that. It's about time someone stood up for life. And some people think it's too extreme, it's been a long time coming. It's too far to the left. It's been way too far with this. That's the real Holocaust. I'm going to talk about a Holocaust.
If it's that far to the left, how did that law come in?
When you're aborting people that never had a chance to live, did they have a choice in it? No. Everybody wants to take advantage of the small woman, the small man, the crippled man. Watch out, Jay. The mentally ill. The defenseless baby. You could see the stories, use them as throwing them up against the wall for entertainment, to sexually assault. Well, that's the most vulnerable human existence, is the fertilized embryo. And it's about
that just goes to show you, some people should not have children, like the ones that let their kids get thrown around the fucking house.
No. People should treat their children like a human life, and that goes
but not all of them do.
That goes from self-hate. Why did we get to the specific cause, Brad? Specifics.
Okay, tell me.
Start educating people in the right way to be a human being, which everybody's afraid to do. Don't tell me how to live. Well, these people have the audacity, who's getting supported by our tax dollars, to not want to be drug tested on welfare, to be able to do what they want and us pay for it, to be able to have...
So let them have 10 fucking kids, right?
No, I didn't say that. You have that rule, but guess what? What that rule gives the loophole for, and that's the real reasoning behind it, and I guarantee you everyone will know this within a year. Sterilization. Because if you open up that floodgate, here comes sterilization behind the back door. These people will get sterilized, inbreds and such.
It should be.
Well, the sterilization's coming, and thank God for it. And I said, God, Brad.
Alrighty then.
Because that's a person you'll definitely be on your knees to at some point in time.
For what?
Licking God's asshole.
Well, put it this way. When you're kneeling before him, then you go, oh, Big Lenny was right. And I'm not the one that started it. But believe me, you'll be like, that's all you'll want to do, because...
The doctor performing it, they said, would get 99 years.
The who?
The doctor that performs the abortion.
The doctor. Here we go.
If he gets caught...
And at that point, he stepped in and said it's wrong.
Who gives a fuck? It's figures in the Bible Belt that fucking...
The doctor that...
The stupid redneck fucking
that does
state.
What? The doctor that lets that
aborts the baby will get 99 years.
OBGYNs who are performing services for women.
Absolutely.
Thrown in a cage for the rest of their life.
Absolutely.
You're okay with that?
Yes, it's been a long time coming.
Boy, you have one.
OBGYNs don't just perform abortion.
Did I say they do? Is that a Freudian slip?
No. Hold on a second. What if that same OBGYN is also an amazing at treating ovarian cancer? What if that same OBGYN has saved hundreds or thousands of lives by treating ovarian cancer, and they perform one little abortion in jail for the rest of their life?
Great point.
That's horseshit.
Yes, not a doctor that stuck his fingers up a teenage gymnast's ass. He's getting life. This is infanticide. This is murder. Murder, premeditated murder for profit.
Wow.
They should get the electric chair. No lethal injection, no fentanyl. I want to go out with fentanyl. Yeah, I bet you do.
Doesn't everybody?
Or the case, the injection drugs. We don't have enough supply of them or whatever. Yeah. Bring back the chair. Put those doctors on a chair. So that's what do you think about that, doctor?
What about the woman?
And you can go in there and protest and be at their side and give them moral support, too. It's been a long time coming.
Pro-choice.
Oh, quit using the cookie cutter word. Did you invent that word? Did I invent it?
Did you invent any word that's coming out of your fucking stupid mouth?
No.
Exactly, so shut the fuck up.
You know who did? Intelligent European Christians.
Every word that
with
you say, you're regurgitating, you fucking
with
moron.
a backbone. Yeah, I regurgitate stuff. Damn right. I like to regurgitate the intensity of Dorian Yates.
Sick, twisted
yes,
fuck.
winners, not cookie cutters. Yes, you're going to have...
If a woman wants to have an abortion, she should be able to.
I copy myself off Jesus and what he did when he lived. Do you think he existed, Brad?
Yes.
Good, because I was going to throw charges on you. Oh, I do not. I'm a Holocaust denier. You get thrown in jail. Of all the historic, you could go say you denied the Boston Tea Party. They're not going to throw you in jail. Why in the hell, if it wasn't a racket, would you get thrown in jail for saying that? That's the only thing. That should say right there what a racket it is. Sick of hearing about it. Shows and documentaries. And that fucking Steven Spielberg and wipe his ass. Those little shit movies. They sucked. That was a crock of shit, that Schindler's List.
Was it?
Yes, it was. Crock of shit.
In what way?
Schindler saved it. He didn't save anybody because they didn't die from them. They died from typhus and starvation. If you're living in an isolated forest and the rail lines are blown up, I mean, they're bombing people. There's troops out there. How are you going to get your food? They've been getting water shipped in. You're not going to live 3 days without water. So what do you do with a bunch of dead bodies? You're going to let them sit there to sort it out? No, you're going to burn them in the crematorium to prevent disease. And that's what was being done.
Okay.
That's a fact. Look up David Irving. Talk to Dorian about it. Dorian said it. He had balls to say it. You could get, horrible financial repercussions for saying that, but he said it. Not like Arnold, who said Dr. Simon Wiesenthal was one of his mentors and idols, the famous Nazi hunter, going down and picking out retired old workers in their 70s and 80s and taking them to a tribunal and have them hung somewhere over hearsay. They were working at this camp. Taking old grannies out of their freaking nursing homes to do that. Real hero.
Okay.
Never again. Never again. They said, well, I don't want to hear about that Holocaust hoax ever again. How's that? With your movies and such.
Now that's all the questions are going to end up being after this one.
We'll direct some to Dorian. And also, get a hold of Dorian. We're interested in going to an ayahuasca thing with him to be filmed. And it'll be a great experience in meeting a bodybuilding legend and a gentleman who speaks the truth and finds out for himself. Is not afraid to make a statement.
Lenny, I think you should take a trip to Europe and go visit the Holocaust Memorial.
I'd be arrested. I would be in jail for 9 years.
What would you do?
I would look at it and point out, these are the trees.
Actually, I think it's in Israel, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's in Germany or Israel. I think
it's in Auschwitz, Poland. It's still there.
Okay, and I think there's also one in Israel, if I'm not mistaken.
How'd it get in Israel?
I think there's one in Israel. I could be wrong.
How could there be one in Israel?
Holocaust Memorial?
Yeah.
Who lives in Israel?
Of course.
Jews.
Palestinians. Jews.
Isn't Dorian Yates also a dancing queen? Wasn't he in the nightclubs on the Molly with the
see-through shirt? That's what Valentino said, really well, right?
What would you do at the Holocaust Memorial?
I would just say, this is all well and good, but it's cookie cutter.
This is all well and good, but it's cookie cutter.
They can show pictures on the wall. Yeah, I'm sorry. They died of typhus. But you know what else I'd say? What about those American soldiers who had meat cut off their backs and dumped in a ditch by the Japs? You're in an internment camp. There wasn't, they were safe here, the Italians and Japanese, because this country was never invaded. But when you're in Europe, you're in bombs flying, troops coming in, martial law. These citizens were protected being in an isolation camp. I bet they were hearing news about the German invasion of Russia, and they're probably like, I'm glad I'm here, whatever. And, they were making armaments for Germany. They were supporting the German cause. they weren't the subhumans they spoke about. They just said that they had a ballot element in them, and they were smart. Just like after 9/11, how many American citizens would have minded if they said after that all Arab descended recent immigrants were going to put in a camp? People I would have felt safer, and that's the right thing to do to protect your country. Not let them run amok, but this type of farce has got to stop. Because nobody's against Jews, nobody hates Jews, but that's how you make people hate them. That's how you make people hate Black Lives Matter. That's how you hate people. People hate gays because they're coming to the average citizen and saying, I deserve special rights for what I've been through, and they're getting them. And they're getting money off of things that didn't happen. It says in the Ten Commandments, one of the Ten Commandments are, do not bear false witness against thy neighbor. That's what I did yesterday with Andrew. And I obviously apologize for that. You didn't say that. I assumed you said it. And that's what that means. And how did he feel?
Right.
And how would you feel? So I'm glad he just rightfully, looked at me and said, that's all right, whatever, miscommunication. He could have blew it to another level, and he didn't.
Wait, what are we talking about here?
They don't stink. Don't worry.
What is this, a Freudian
That's what
slip?
they all say.
I would know if I was rotten. That shit went right through me. God damn. You didn't get any gas from that fucking food we just ate?
What, your fart?
Yeah, man.
No.
It makes me fart like a bastard are those Lenny and Larry cookies.
Yeah.
Those are disgusting,
All day.
man. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
What?
The Larry and Lenny cookies that they sell at every fucking juice bar.
They're using my name for cookies? they got a lawsuit impending.
Do not buy them. No,
I thought it was just karma for me stealing them from work, but
because they look good. All the and they taste pretty good too. They're not bad.
Yeah.
Guess what the basic ingredient is?
protein-
Sugar, alcohol, glycerol.
Wow. Yeah, I believe it.
That gives you gas out the what.
The protein bars don't give me gas like those fucking cookies are awful. Jesus Christ.
Why do you keep sucking them down, Brad?
I don't. I stopped.
Okay.
After I figured out that's what was doing it.
Yeah. All day.
Yeah, man.
See what I told you? That ass rubbing ain't going to give you gas. You're probably going to get good probiotic bacteria from that.
Oh, yeah.
So any of you maniacs with the fetish for farting women, feed her some Lenny and Larry's cookies.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually,
you should bring that to the goddess next time.
Actually,
bring Lenny and Larry's cookies.
Say, look, I have my own brand.
Yeah.
Should believe it.
Hand them out to the strippers when you go there.
Yeah.
I got some cookies for you, girls.
I always tell them that.
Get over here.
You like that? You like when they fart in your face?
Has to be a big round ass, big black ass, big and round. And
Lenny, what are your thoughts on UFO sightings and people's claims of being abducted by extraterrestrials?
He's been abducted a few times. Look at him. They impregnated him.
No, it's just
He's gonna pop out of that fucking thing.
Probably a drunken rant or something on a psychedelic trip of some sort. Or it could be the U.S. government. They do things like that. Maybe foreign governments, militaries. I mean, there's weapons that there are currently have that would blow people's minds that YouTube and the dark web doesn't have. I mean, top secret stuff that obviously in 10 or 20 years we'll hear about, and it's going to blow our minds. So, as far as I'm definitely think it's possible, but
you think there's other life out there in the galaxy? Or the universe, whatever?
I got an interesting question for everybody, regardless of their belief. Does life on other planets, if that were true, would it make believing in a God or creator versus being an atheist? Would it sway someone towards one or the other?
Yeah. I believe there's other life out there. There's got to be. If the fucking never ends out, you don't think there's any life on any other planet?
Do you believe there's a God out there?
No.
That's very interesting to me, Brad.
I
also find that kind of a very hypocritical, uneducated,
here we go.
egotistical thing for you to say.
Why?
You believe there's
You're
life.
just scared to say
there's
it.
gotta be. There's gotta be life out there.
You don't fucking believe it either.
But there can't be a God or a creator.
No, it's just
that's about the statement of the year.
It's just common sense.
There's gotta be. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
He said he didn't say there isn't one. He said it doesn't.
He just did.
He doesn't believe in one.
Right. I don't know if there is or if there isn't, but I don't think there is.
But you think there's other life?
Yeah, on another planet out there
That's
somewhere?
a commie.
Sure.
That's a commie answer.
Some kind
there's
of life.
other life.
I don't think they're exactly
just
like us,
you, the postman, intergalactic postman.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
With no creativity is gonna. Who's gonna make it all there, Mr. Common Sense?
I don't really give a fuck.
An intergalactic postman out of the first Star Wars movies at the bar.
Watch too
with
much
the gals. That's a dumb statement. With no creative ability whatsoever.
Everything that comes out of your mouth is fucking dumb. And walking contradiction.
I disagree. Lenny's a smart guy.
No, he is.
That's a common sense statement I made. Brad, you're way off. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Okay, it doesn't make any sense to you.
You have a wholehearted belief that there's life out there. Yet
I don't have a wholehearted belief.
Creator,
I just said I think it's possible.
Not a chance. So you can't say, I think it's possible there's a God or a creator. That's too much to ask. Look at this guy thinking, these thoughts must be really deep.
Yeah. No.
Leonard, do you have any stories where how sometimes sometimes shit will happen where you think like, oh, there must be a God or this wouldn't have happened? Anything that was too
happenstance.
Yeah. But for me to say there is none, you're so smart and you're so intelligent.
You just twist my words like a motherfucker.
No.
I don't think there is. I believe it when I see it.
Why don't you say the same thing with these intergalactic postal aliens?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That you can hobnob with in the intergalactic dope club.
That's true. I think it's a possibility.
Okay.
I don't think there's a possibility that there's a God controlling everything we do.
I don't either. I think we get free will.
Okay.
Controlling everything. That's what you want. Being a communist.
Oh my fucking God.
You want these intergalactic beings to control you.
Here we go with the memes of fucking spaceships and shit. Me being sucked up into a spaceship.
Fucked, sodomized by an alien. You must have been.
I like the memes that are being made of Jay with that walker. With a chain around his neck.
I know. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Some of those are great.
I told him everybody wanted to see him in the walker.
He needs to be one with a walker and a leather helmet and a Michigan outfit. Looking like Gerald Ford.
You hear that?
And a walker.
You meme makers. With the leather.
Hey, President Ford. Nice to meet you. I didn't know you were still alive. I think Gerald Ford. He was an offensive lineman. I believe he was a center or a guard. University of Michigan, maybe back in the 30s.
No shit.
Oh yeah.
You read any questions over there?
A little bit, but
Go ahead, answer some.
Nah, I mean, most of them are kind of dumb.
You want to read that Italian, the guy in Italy's thing?
Oh yeah, let me do that. So he stops fucking messaging me every day. Now somehow he got my number. Look at his fucking phone number. Yeah.
It's like 25 digits. Yeah.
Just a quick reminder, mind-altering substances. My address is in podcast 54. Mind-altering substances. My address is...
You said you got some DMT. Where's it at? Did you try it?
Yeah, I tried it, yeah.
Was it any good?
I guess I didn't get to that. Yeah, it's good. I guess.
So it is real then?
Oh, 100%.
Describe it from how long it took to kick in, what you felt.
Should have told you to bring it tonight. It lasts like what, 20 minutes?
20 minutes, 10, 20 minutes, yeah. This is what happened is mixed it with weed, so that kind of fucked it up for me.
I think that's why.
Yeah. Because I felt, I don't know. You feel it hit you, and you're just like, holy shit, what's going on? And then...
And you're not a big weed man person.
No, I hate it. So, all of a sudden...
Sure. Hated it.
Sure, you hate it.
No, I do. If I'm drunk, it's different, but... Something about, like, I would recommend do it outside, because the plants and the trees and shit, that's what changes the most. You just kind of start to trip. I mean, apparently I didn't get to the level that my buddy got to, where, like, Joe Rogan talks about, whatever, but I got that, sometimes when you smoke weed and you talk to yourself in your head, like, you need to stop doing this, start doing that, whatever. You get a lot of that. You get a lot of, I don't know, a lot of talking to yourself, and it kind of makes, a lot of shit makes sense that doesn't normally make sense. But I didn't get anything from it.
No hallucinating or anything?
A little bit, yeah, but nothing too crazy, and I just was thinking, like, this shit is dumb. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life here,
So it didn't open your mind at all to anything?
It did. I think subconsciously, kind of. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
You didn't get to that.
I didn't get to that. No, I didn't get to.
Anything terrifying?
That dream that I told you about. I'll talk about that, but I got a lot of anxiety from it, which was probably from mixing it with weed. But that night I had crazy dreams.
Oh, shit.
The biggest one was that I was hooking up with this girl. We were having sex, and then her vagina turned into a demon. And I feel like that's symbolism for a lot of what's going on in my life.
Attacking you, or just growing real grotesque?
It was like a Venus flytrap. Like if I stuck it in, it was gonna fucking
Wow.
Yeah, so
pussy is the devil.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I got out of
Get you to do stupid shit.
Right, it does, and I thought about it. It's like the drinking, the after drinking, the shit that I put on my nose. All that starts from the want to go out and meet girls or the whatever. Yeah, meet the gals.
Remember what I told you last week?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I'm trying to balance that and my love for taking testosterone, because that just makes it.
You're in South Florida. That's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? It's always going to be there for you.
Yeah, and doing the new channel for Lenny and stuff. Yesterday was the first day that, like, I walked around the gym. I walked around places, and I didn't think, like, oh, is there any girls I could try to talk to, whatever. And at the end of the day, I was like, that's kind of nice.
You take some pressure off yourself.
Yeah, right. It's kind of nice to just not give a shit about them, but.
Well, you see that Alyssa Milano said, all women should stop giving up the pussy or some shit, like a pussy strike or whatever.
How should I let him?
Tweeted about that. Bill Maher said it on his show, too, about Melania Trump. Just stop fucking Donalds.
Yeah. Just pop. Turn it to the left.
I think if they stop fucking us. I don't think it's not locked. They'll have more control.
Go
Because
ahead.
their pussy is all that power.
Go ahead. That's what 10-10-10s are for. Better than pussy.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't give a shit. You don't care about pussy. Actually, I gotta go out there and get something to drink.
You gotta smoke. Go out there and blaze up, Brad.
What are you doing?
I just gotta get something to drink.
Yeah.
I got
They're going out there to blaze up.
special tea in the car.
Special tea.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, man?
Hey.
Gene, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
We have the famous Gene that we referred to earlier.
We didn't.
An infantryman.
There you go.
An infantryman that did time in Afghanistan. If you go through a real quick story about what you told me about the sexual practices of Afghanistan. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. These Afghans are different than, say, Saudis, Iraqis, Iranians, and such, Syrians.
Right, they like to fuck little boys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you go into detail on how you discovered that? Unfortunately.
I always thought it was just a rumor, but then I was down and around an actual chai meeting where they're drinking chai tea, and they did have a little chai boy, and when he rubbed the hand, or when the elder rubbed that little kid's hand, it was time to go.
How many people in the room?
They go into a separate room to bang, but then maybe 20 guys, the open thing.
No women at all?
No women at all.
So when he raised his hand, how old did you say the little chai boy was?
Young, toddler. Yeah.
Human filth.
Could it be older than 6?
And what is he wearing? What is his demeanor? Is he
just the little sheet? How the men dress.
They got
Same
makeup
thing.
on him?
No. But they do take some of those little kids.
So a 6-year-old toddler around 20 Afghan men.
Right.
And they
That's their toy.
Right.
He raises their hand.
Right.
To make babies, and the little boys.
That's exactly what Gene told me yesterday.
Yeah.
Remember, we're not talking about Iraqis, Saudis, Syrians, Libyans. We're talking, or even Muslims. We're talking about Afghanis.
Hold that thought. We're gonna get Dale on the phone.
I know a guy that served too and told me all about that shit.
Yeah, it's
Well,
they beat the shit out of these fucking guys too.
disgusting.
ready?
Yeah, you ready, Rob? This is an honor, too.
Oh, Jesus.
Still chances on the phone.
You got to turn that.
Sorry to interrupt this story, but this is a guy that could do it.
Hello.
Dale!
What's up?
What's up, dude?
Not much. Sitting here, Francis Bates, chilling.
We can all hear
Chilling.
We can all hear you. You probably are not going to be able to hear all of us.
Yeah, we'll try to speak loudly.
Well, we're doing a podcast now, and for some reason, your name keeps coming up.
Like always.
What's up? Who keeps bringing my name up?
Well,
We have Rob Zillah here. We got Lenny here. And we got Gene.
Oh, never heard of her.
Ooh.
You ever hear of the Dancing Queen?
I've heard of her, yeah. Is that the one that looks like PJ Braun that can't really dance?
I can dance, but yeah, I look like
Well,
PJ
yeah.
Braun. I look like
Yeah,
PJ.
You can move. You know, you're about as good and fluent as Jason Genova.
All right, if you want to play this game, Pudgy boy.
Probably because you can't line dance.
Yeah, right.
Whoa, Pudgy boy.
Yeah, I'm fucking around.
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Yeah, okay. I don't understand why you're so upset. Obviously, we're all just fucking around over here. You could have messaged me or talked to me personally.
You could have messaged me and talked to me personally. Hello? It's a two-way street, buddy.
Well, I didn't think.
Hello? He sounds like a fucking school teacher. Hello?
That's right. You got to correct these young children. But anyway, how have you maniacs been doing?
things all right, I guess.
Yeah, we're good. Everything's good.
How's your shoulder?
It's shit. I'm seeing your orthopedist again on June 14th. We're gonna pick a surgery date. I just have to follow the protocol. So you have to follow a certain protocol, a conservative one, so insurance will cover it. You can't just jump right into surgery.
Yeah, exactly. What's crazy is in 3 weeks, my first
Here we
shoulder
go.
surgery, my
Here we
left
go.
arm,
It's all about him.
That's been a year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's been a whole year, so I have
So
a year
predictable.
follow-up with that, see how everything goes. It's pretty neat.
It's good.
Sounds like a way out, Dale. In a way.
Way out of what? Lenny.
Yeah.
Lenny, I'm not the one that said, hey, I don't want to do the route because I want to get bigger. Come up here to North Carolina. I switched plans and we're going to do a show in Charlotte.
Okay.
You come on up here and we'll see how it's done. It's in October.
And where I'm going to stay. If I stay at that home with that woman, I will personally chain myself naked and use up all my posing oil on myself to her basement, the pipes in her basement, and I won't be anywhere but there for hopefully for years.
What you're saying is you're gonna go in the basement and kiss an empty Mountain Dew bottle. You're gonna pull a Dale Chance move. All right, that's nice.
Freudian slip, Dale. You've been there and done that.
You just
well,
said
at least you're honest.
fucking dumb shit.
Let's put it this way: everybody that plays video games, I guarantee you, at one point in time, somebody's kissed an empty Mountain Dew bottle.
You play video games? That's another Freudian slip. Guess who doesn't? I don't play video games, Dale.
I played video games when I was a child. I don't play video games now.
Well, it was a couple years ago then. Okay, good enough. Well, we'll discuss this further. In the meantime, I'm growing, so.
Oh, okay.
And I suggest you do the same. I strongly suggest it, because we don't want to start getting you into the Kentucky Derby too. I got another early entrant. Forget the Nationals. I'm talking Kentucky Derby for him, for the jockey. And don't get a Venus flytrap, Flint. That thing will scoop him up and spit him out. He's getting so small.
He's talking about your new idol, the Samurai Kid.
Samurai Jack. Yeah, that kid, man. He went to Nationals. Out of 29 people, he got third. His first ever Nationals.
Who cares? Third. You're a fucking jinx, Dale. That's what happens when he hangs out with you. Fucking third.
You can't win, Dale.
Jesus Christ.
I guess so.
Well, it's guys like him and turd. That's what male bikini's for. Now they're getting small guys in body. I don't get it. What are they trying to reduce the population of the world?
Go ahead, Dale.
The size?
Isn't Mel Bikini in that Jack Stein and the Bedroom Bullies era? Don't they want to do Mel Bikini?
Mel Bikini? You talking about Mel Chancey Bikini?
No. You said Mel Bikini.
Even though you guys are the ones wearing the half bikini up there. I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, to show off our glute development. And Dale, with his stuffed pants, shows off his penis development. Because I hope that ain't real.
Lenny is still dreaming about sucking your dick, Dale, ever since that show.
No.
I'm telling you, sometimes I really think that that's the alternative motive.
Sometimes I think you'd have a good porn career if I was hung like you.
Or something. Kind of scary.
I guess they don't make porn in that Bible Belt that you live in.
No, we have hillbilly. It's like animal porn, isn't it? Isn't it like the guys?
You said it. Is that a Freudian slip, Dale? You said it.
Bestiality.
Isn't that what Jay was saying? That up here we do goats and stuff like that?
Well, he said he's on his way to fuck your wife the other day.
Rob said you do.
He did say that. I tell you what, my wife, she's actually sitting right here. She said, I wish he would show up here. She said, he don't have to worry about his quads being torn. He has to fix the hole in his head.
In his head.
Who said there?
She said she's a Southern girl. She knows how to shoot.
Uh-oh.
And she said that'd be one of the worst mistakes he ever made. She said, you don't have to worry about it, babe. I'll take care of him.
You definitely, we know you have one, is an elephant gun.
Annie Oakley over there, huh?
I said, what I said to him was, or to her, I said, well, it doesn't matter. I said, what's he going to do? Come up here like Forrest Gump? He's going to start running, his braces are going to break off?
No, the wheels on the walker are going to break off.
All of a sudden, somebody's going to be yelling in the back, run, Barry, run! He's going to look up, and his braces are going to come off, and he's going to, everywhere he went from now on, he was running.
Call 911. Call 911 again.
And while we're on the podcast, I'll say this. Out of the hundreds and hundreds of videos that he done about me when I got in my accident and everything with Blackstone, I say one thing to Andrew Calora. He gets so butthurt and goes on a tear about me. I'm like, Jay, how long have I been living in your head? How much money do I owe you? I'm pretty sure your GoFundMe, I can pay it off with what I owe you from living in your head. I mean, it's sad that he's a 50-year-old man, and every day he wakes up, he has to say something about me and my meal plan. And I'm like, Jay, get a life, dude. Grow up.
No, he envies you. That's out of jealousy. That's why Lenny talks about you. Lenny wishes he had your life, too.
The strength, the family life.
Yeah, you do.
The wife.
Yeah,
the chance of state. I mean, hell.
That's why that's directed at you. That's what
Who has?
According to Rob Zillah, though, my wife's an elephant.
Yeah, why would that even bother you? Your wife's like 100 pounds soaking wet. That
and I've never seen her.
Even fucking bother you.
It don't bother me. No. The funny part was everybody, the trolls that messaged me, is like, "Can you believe what this jackass said?" I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. He don't know my wife, and he was just playing around. Just let it go. They're more upset about it than we are.
Oh,
we
thank
were laughing
you,
about it. I was like, why does this even matter? Y'all are more worried about it than me.
Who's y'all? Oh, the trolls.
The trolls. Yeah, come on, you know how the Southerners talk, y'all, the trolls.
I know how those porch monkeys talk too, and it sounds eerily similar.
That's who we be. That's how they talk. Who we be.
I'm good.
I'm good.
So when's
I'm fitting to get me some.
When is this? When's the show up there that you want to do in Charlotte? What did you get the date yet?
The last week before October. I'll find out.
The last week before October. What in the fuck?
Well, guess what, Dale? That's when the Truby is. The last week before October.
No, in October, not before October. The last week in October.
Okay.
The last week. The last weekend, or?
I think it's that Saturday. I'll have to get the date. I'll look it up and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, we need to make arrangements if we're going to make this happen.
And Brad's son's got a birthday.
Well, and another thing too. So Lenny, when you come up after the show that Sunday or Friday, whatever, you want to pump up, we'll go up to Cornelius' gym. We'll make a whole big old thing about it. And have a.
I want to make a whole big old thing with his ex-wife.
Well,
Will she let us stay at her house?
Will she let him stay? I don't know. You could always ask her. I don't know if Cornelius would really.
Imagine, can Big Lenny stay at your house?
Cornelius won't give a shit.
Big Lenny stay at your house? That'd be a great question.
I think Lenny wants to stay at Cornelius's house, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know. He might. You might have things for Cornelius too. You know, he is from Tennessee.
Yeah, Nazi porn.
So let me ask y'all a question while we're talking about this. So if you decide to come up and do the show, and Jason coming with you,
what's the name of the show?
It's the
third place
Mid-Atlantic Classic. The third place classic. What's very funny is the last time I competed in 2017,
Here we go.
I did get third place in that show.
Wow.
I went third, first, and third. I'm like, what the heck? I can't win for
Well, we're surprised.
Was I surprised? Yeah, I was surprised.
Well, if you came in third, Dale, it must have been a real shit show.
Did you ask if Jason was coming with us?
Yeah, because every time me and Lenny talked about doing the Ruby, Jason was retiring. I'm retiring, bro. The drugs, the hormone, and everything. And then all of a sudden, and I'm training for the Ruby, and it keeps showing the same picture. And he's like, I'm getting lean, and I'm like, Jason, your spare tire is still as big as it was.
Well, once he finds out you guys aren't doing it this year, he's not going to do it either.
Right.
How far is the drive to North Carolina?
To Charlotte?
It's
easier to fly.
Yeah, but he's asking about Jason. Dale, do you understand that would be a 12-hour drive with Jason Genova?
Chloroform.
No, if we go there, we're taking a flight.
Still?
No, you fly, man. Fly up.
Yeah,
only an hour and a
don't
half
drive.
flight.
Yeah, driving's crazy.
You should get a special discount for Jason.
Dale will let us. Dale's gonna let us use one of his trucks or cars or something. He's got a ton of them.
Fleet.
I can send the Chance of States people to come get you and drive you up. It's whatever you want.
Yeah.
What do you think, Leonard?
We can make it happen.
There's no backing out. The challenge is issued. What do you think?
Yeah. Hey,
You asked for an extra month. You got it.
I was game to do the Ruby, and then all of a sudden, Lenny, you want to grow, which I'm all fine with. That's great with me. If you want to grow and you want to do a show up here, come on. That'd be great.
I think it's about time because he's come down here a couple times already.
Hopefully, Andrew Calori, you can get him to come out for it.
Oh, Andrew will probably come on. Me and him were talking at the. Oh wait, hold on. Me and Meow Man, Brad. Meow Man.
Oh, God.
I like it.
So stupid.
We were talking at the show, and he's going to come up and he's going to train legs with me and Cornelius one day. He's got to get his schedule finalized, and he was talking about wanting to come up and train. So I told him that'd be great. That'd be awesome to come up and do it. Cornelius would like that. Having Andrew Calora, Cornelius was really impressed with his beats. 600. We actually showed him the video. He was 650 raw.
Yeah.
I was impressive, and it was. I don't know. It was really cool because when I first walked up and we started talking and everything, it's like I've known him forever. And then we were asking about how he looked, and he just took off his clothes and started posing, man. And he's like, "Give me
and you
pointers."
dropped right to your knees, didn't you, Dale?
I did. There was a couple people that did. There was this one guy. I wish I'd have got it on film when he was in there.
Course,
and Andrew was checking in. He's sitting there and he's pulling up his shirt and everything. And this one guy, he just looks over and he just put his head down and shook his head and walked out. I was like, where'd that guy go? He's like, I think he's in my weight class. I was like, oh my gosh.
So you think
Andrew looked, man, that was the best I ever seen him. He looked great.
maybe he can compete in it too, no? How far away is he from you?
About 45 minutes to an hour.
That's
He's
it?
not that far.
That's fucking close.
It's like going to Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
I'm surprised he doesn't
it's not that far.
I'm surprised he doesn't train with you guys more if he's that close.
I'm surprised he was invited to Chance of States for one of your famous banquets.
Well, maybe we might do that. Coming up January of 2019.
With the servants in
that
procession
already
with the silver
passed,
platters, the covered silver platters coming out in the tuxedos.
2019.
Dale's at the head of the table.
Heck yeah.
I could just picture them looking like King Henry VIII. You do look like him, Google that.
Oh wow! Here comes what's the means? Oh, Lenny,
I think they already made one.
I gotta send you some more. I gotta send you some more apparel. I need to send you.
Thanks. I always wear the old ones to work, Jim.
Yeah, I'll send you some more. I got a new shirt I'm gonna print for Jay, and I'm gonna have the only one. And I think it's gonna be great. I think it'll be a hit.
Yeah, send me a couple. I got to do some ditch digging.
We got the Gerald Ford version coming, Michigan. It's going to be great with the leather helmet.
Did Jay unblock you yet, or did you unblock Jay yet? You done with your feud with him, or what?
No, I haven't unblocked him. On the Chance Estates, I have him on there. Oh,
that's yours. That's yours too.
Yeah, because it's getting screened probably 20 times with all your operators and staff.
the Chance Estate. That's mine. That's mine as well.
Oh, I thought that was a troll account.
No, that's mine. I only go on there every once in a blue moon when I want to post stuff to make trolls mad at me. Especially stuff about deer
now the cat's out of the bag, you fucking dope. Jesus.
I get so many people that send messages like, dude, why do you kill deer, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, why are you worried about what I do? Why don't you go worry about yourself?
Yeah, man's not going to like the cat's out of the bag comment, Brad. Why would you put a cat in a bag?
I don't know. Why don't you ask his friend, the fucking samurai?
Why, he's a cat bagger?
Why would you put a cat in a bag?
The cocky jockey puts cats in bags?
Yeah, maybe his.
I tell you what.
Does PJ put Frankie in a bag?
Lenny, when did we talk? Last Thursday?
Yeah.
Last Thursday, yeah. I talked to Lenny about Samurai Jack. That kid's 21 years old, man. Imagine him.
Well, I'm 18 forever. And when I was 21 years old, I was well over 300 pounds. Of course, I'm 6'3".
Well, Lenny's 18 forever, so imagine him 5 years from now. We'll probably be visiting a tombstone.
I said 10 years, but
it'll be worth it.
He'll be like a local down here who had that look until he decided to get big, and they look like a toad after that. Is unmarketable.
Who's that?
You know what's crazy is we all say 10
John
years.
Durante.
Lenny, he's probably going to live to 115. We're all going to die well before him. There's going to be a doctor like, this guy's a medical marvel. And Jason's going to be like, who cares?
Oh, yeah, I can see him doing that.
All right, Dale, we're going to let you go, man. We're going to finish up.
You pull a Jason. I'm going to let you go, bro.
Going to let you go, bro.
Let's go, bro.
Click.
I'm growing, Brad. I'm growing.
All right, good talking,
Find out
Dale.
the dates, Dale, and get back to me.
I'm growing.
I'll send it to you here in a little bit.
All right, man.
All right. Good night, man. Later.
See ya. Bye.
Bye, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
Click.
Yeah,
I was
whatever.
about to say Rob.
Yeah, whatever.
But you'll be the first one sporting that chance gear and begging me to wear
That
it.
back and forth was weak.
Yeah, I would.
That was a weak back. You could have called me, but you could have called me. What the fuck?
So, Gene,
What
do
a-
you mind me coming back to the Afghanistan story about the Saudi boy?
Oh,
Main Gene. Go ahead.
no, they actually, if they qualify, I don't know what the qualifications are, but they'll dress them up and send them on tours where there's basically, the drag kid thing that was going around social media.
Yes.
They've been doing that in Afghanistan for 1,000 fucking years already. It's nothing different than that. They dress the little boys up. They'll come out and do little sex shows for them. It's just, they're fucked up people. They're disgusting people.
do you
Trump,
do with
wipe
that?
them off the fucking map.
Lenny wants to fucking move there.
No,
He
Brad.
loves it.
What can a 6-year-old do in a stew for a sex show? Could you describe it? Did you actually see it?
I never saw it.
What goes on?
I don't know. You can
Do we
look it up
really
on
want to know
National
the answer to
Geographic.
that?
Yeah, exactly.
Do we?
Google it, Leonard.
Use
It's
your
on National
imagination.
Geographic.
Show.
Use your imagination if you so choose to.
Yeah, exactly.
A 6-year-old boy for a sex show.
They're fucked up people, Lenny. That's all there is to it.
I vision show the Little Rascals having Spanky coming out and giving them a sex show, and that fucking hair he wears the hat he wears like Brad with the little helicopter and the fucking little outfit he used to wear.
What was it? Spanky, Froggy, Buckwheat. Who else was on there?
Alfalfa. I was always trying to make my hair like him
You're
too.
Spanky, Andrew looks like alfalfa.
But my father's like, "What the hell are
Who's
you
Froggy?
doing?" I was putting some kind of grease. I don't know what it was, automobile shit. Trying to make my hair go up like alfalfa.
Here come the memes of Lenny as alfalfa.
Early days to see as a cookie cutter. I want to be like alfalfa. He's cool. Darla.
There you go.
What did your
Maniac.
dad say when he caught you?
No, I told him because he said he used to watch the show too. It's a great show, but he says you don't want to do that. That's a sissy stuff.
Speaking of, is there any possibility of doing a video going to visit your father still?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't mind, but it's going to be tough on me.
Where does he live
Yeah,
again?
it's good.
Last time I know, Virginia Beach, Virginia. He also lived in the hometown of Tony Atlas. I forget where.
Somebody messaged me about that Tony Atlas picture, that signed picture. Didn't you open that up on the podcast?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Yeah.
I like Tony as a wrestler.
Actually,
Great.
I have something in the trunk. You gotta open. Remind me.
Duh.
So let's get to the Italian Christina connection.
Yeah, the guy messaged me from Italy. This weird number came through.
His name's Mario.
Andrew? I didn't even answer. And is this Brad? No. Let me see. Said he lives in Italy, and I'm Italian. Okay. I know you guys have been thinking of taking a trip to Italy for quite a while now, and I just want to let you know that if you decide to make the trip, I can have 3 of you stay over at my house. I live in Florence. It's quite close to Milan and also to Venice and Bologna.
Quite close.
Bologna.
That's why he said that, because of Christina. He knows she's in Tuscany,
Where's that?
near Milan.
I don't know. You got Google fucking Maps.
It's not far. It's Europe. I mean, you can go to France and England the same day by car, so can't be too far.
So, well, first thing, you would have to get a passport.
No, I would need the full rundown where Christina works, where she lives, places she frequents, the gym she goes to, where she gets her hair and nails done, every possible contingency of where she might be, also her friends, people who know her, so we can get in there. Maybe I should hire a private investigator with that.
McLeod could do all
But
that.
then you can't announce when you're going to go, because then she'll make sure she's not there.
She'll make sure she's in Guam or something.
Far away from there as possible.
Yeah, she's in Liberia with General Buck Naked doing a documentary.
You wouldn't care if she said you're a sick fuck, leave me alone. You just want to make eye contact with her in person.
And have her look me in
Basically.
the eye. Yeah.
That's all you want.
And probably after I'll pass away. Because I do it when I'm watching reruns of her videos on YouTube, which I watch pretty much on a semi-regular daily basis. And her pictures, some of those pictures are just on her Instagram.
What if she agrees, but you have to go there chained up like Hannibal Lecter?
Well, the only thing I want from her is a hug and a kiss, Rob. I wouldn't want anything to go beyond it.
Would you be able to let her go?
That would be a problem.
See, that's uncomfortably long hugs.
Yeah.
Like,
that's all. Not too much to ask.
and you'd want to be totally sober for this.
Of course, yeah. Absolutely. I was totally sober watching Mystery Hunters, so it worked. In her case, you don't need a mind-altering substances. She takes you to, not subspace,
Yeah,
but
she might need one.
a whole level of beauty.
Wow.
Hey, if one connects, usually both connect.
That's amazing that you have that much feelings for someone you've never met and just have seen on it.
And no sexual feelings.
That's some
whatsoever.
creep shit.
None.
No, I know, but it's just...
All right, Dale just sent me a link to the show.
Okay.
Oh, but you too. Check your phone. 2019 North Carolina MPC Contest Series. The Mid-Atlantic Classic. October 26th.
That's when the Mel Chauncey Classic is. Same date.
October 26th. think we can make that happen. That's a Saturday.
Most likely. Aren't those shows usually on Saturdays?
We'll borrow some of Jay's GoFundMe money.
It's definitely doable. It gives me June for 1 month of size, and that's all you're gonna get, buddy. So,
Buddy?
I got to make sure my meals and that gym time is in, and it's in hard, it's in intense.
Well, now you got a
and
date.
It's consistent, yeah.
Now you got it. So you get, instead of starting your cut on June 1st, you started on July 1st.
Right. And a lot can be done in.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me check this calendar.
Anything else want to bring to the table now, Gene? We wish you all the best of luck. We know it's going to happen, and I know you're open to suggestions. Andrew had some earlier before you came on, which is very unselfish of him. I mean, that's like
it's just basics.
That's like Phil Heath giving Sean Roden last minute advice before he goes on stage. So
you'll perfect your own way of doing it. It's just basics with the film.
So you in for the long haul? You going to be here or what?
Yeah, well, Rob dragged me into the piss.
What about your job, your livelihood?
That's how most people end up in it.
I have a college degree, so I'm interviewing right now, but I was staying down in North Miami looking for work, and the place was an absolute shithole.
What are you looking to do? What kind of work?
I'm in PR.
Okay.
So,
we know a few people that can use a PR person.
Yeah. So, Rob, I actually live with Rob, so that's how I kind of got dragged into it. It was not my intention. Rob was like, "Oh, you come stay with me, and I
didn't put it like that. I'm gonna catch shit for that. I said the other room in my
Come be
place.
with me, baby.
No. You know, you helped me out a lot. You know,
I said the other room is the Airbnb in my place. Contact my landlord, and that's what happened.
He hit you with the "Come be with me, baby" line.
No, not like that. But you know,
I don't use that. My line is, "Are you over your brother's death yet? Can you come over?"
So now we'll know if Jason was telling the truth to some of these people that you tried to abuse him sexually or something. That's why you had to kick him out.
Yeah.
Didn't he say that shit?
Yeah. I think they trolled me on that.
Yeah.
I called him out on it when we filmed the video, and he got all pissed off.
Yeah, because he's gonna deny it.
Yeah, you're right. Whatever.
So how familiar were you with all this shit before you moved down here?
I've been watching Jason for a long time. I've been watching the Maniacs for a long time, all the way back when I was in the Army, so 2013.
So a lot of the infantrymen were watching with you then?
Yes, I actually baby birded some Skittles out in a striker to another to another soldier. Yeah, yes.
With a who?
With another soldier, with some Skittles. It was.
Did she have a dick?
It was a he, and it was a man.
Hated it.
Same thing, Lenny.
No.
Right. Lenny, I took one out of your playbook.
No, you didn't.
I baby birded a man.
Mine's going to have a dick, but it's going to have a big ass and some tits and nice, big, thick lips. And a nice big load. Get that protein in.
Get that protein.
See, when you're banging your girlfriend missionary style, your body's nutrients are going out the window, Brad. Take them in. See, it's a win-win situation, Brad. Hey, I'll give you credit. You licked ass. You liked it. You'll do it again. Hey, discovered a new thing. I'm surprised it took that long.
Wow, it's a beautiful ass.
Wow.
Could not resist.
Can we at least get a look-see for the Maniacs?
I'm surprised you didn't do it when you tried the trend.
I wasn't with you when I was on trend.
Well, you were with somebody, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I got you. Yes, yeah.
Problem is, when he stuck his tongue in, he felt a wedding ring in that ass.
Was it his or someone else's? Look how serious Lenny is.
No, it's a
He's dead serious.
contact tie that I got.
So where are you from?
I'm from Detroit, so
Anything's better than there, huh?
absolutely.
You should meet Emma.
I got a lot of 10-10-10s
I
out
almost met her
there.
the other day.
I heard it's great.
Yeah, I think that video of the tranny getting shot is from Detroit.
You know, that's a shame. She was in Texas originally, and then she went up to Detroit and she got shot.
I'm not 100% sure, but I know it was on our local
23
news.
years old. You see the one that got stomped in Texas because she was in a car accident?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
10 PMs took this beautiful tan out of a car, stomped her up pretty bad, broke some bones in her face because of a traffic accident. And she had to be rescued by a bunch of girls. And
You should talk about that in your.
well, I'm going to
to that convention.
Yeah, and then turns out a month later, she's in Detroit. She just got shot early Saturday morning.
Holy shit.
You know, she may have had an attitude. They said she likes to talk shit, so
Should have just signed up
But
for
still.
baseball.
yeah. It's good looking tan though. Damn good looking. I think her name was Malia. Well, I could be wrong. Don't
Mike.
care about the names. I care about the inches and the face and the ass.
Malcolm.
The names, yeah, they can ruin it. You're right. You have a bad effect on me when I heard come to Patrick.
The goddess's name.
Patrick Walters. That wasn't very sexually.
What's the goddess's real name?
Patrick Walters.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't believe you announced
When she wanted me to come see her down at Broward General Hospital.
Wait, is the goddess Haitian or no?
No, Jamaican.
Okay.
My name's
Patrick.
just asked for
Walters.
Patrick Walters. Oh God, why did you say that?
It ruins the whole.
Yeah.
Just like
Does that does it shed a little light on the
just like
situation?
I'll shed a little light on Mike T. When we were at Atomic last week, he brought a gorgeous Colombian girl home with him. Took a look at her ID because he didn't believe her age.
Pedro.
Her name was John Lopez. It was John. First name John. That's about as bad as it gets. But I tell you what, though, any of you guys saw her walk in this room right now, your eyes will pop out of your
Did he
head.
kick it out of the house?
Fuck no, he fucked the living. And he wants to do it again. And she's going to sing somewhere in Milton Manors at a club.
Oh my God.
And her mother's coming with him to watch, and her mother's like in her early 40s, and she's hot too. So good for him.
John and Patrick.
Holy shit.
Patrick and John.
Have you been down to Wilton Manors?
Yes, I paid the 10. Actually, the day I found out my grandmother.
That's where you got to take Rob Zillah down to Wilton Manors for one of them shows.
I tell you what, if people want to see the most disgusting place I've ever read about was the Ramrod. If that could be taped, some kind of filth that goes on in there.
The Ramrod.
First of all, you got all guys looking like Dale Chance, beards, muscles, powerlifter types wearing leather, grabbing each other's dick, fingering each other inside the club, tying each other up, beating them. Probably everything under the sun. And their viewer says the place reeks of testosterone.
So you're going to wear your leather down to Wilton
I'm not
Manors?
going to that place. I'd have to really... I mean, I'd seriously take a guy like me, been all them trannies, that stuff would induce vomiting in me. I don't know, being honest. But would be funny if we had the balls to go in there.
I'm up for anything.
All right, somebody touch you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Blast them. Let's see how much testosterone. But
What about you? You're willing to go film that shit?
it's just one of those things you have to see. What the fuck's going on in there? Like me, I can say I know what a black club because I've been there. Paradise. And I can make a basic. It's another thing. People, and me included, number one offender, making comments about people you don't know, walking in their shoes, living their lifestyle, seeing what it's like. You got to experience that first before you can make any type of determination.
So you do it more out of curiosity than perversion.
Exactly. Oh, that's perversion.
Or life experience, whatever you want to call it.
Yes. Everyone likes curiosity. I'm curious to look up that thing on about the Afghans.
I think National Geographic did a big thing on it, Dancing Boys. Yeah.
Oh, you got one right here.
Send Big Rob over there in a
What do you want
white
to know?
sheet,
Yeah, right.
dance around for him. How many kills did you have, would you say?
None. Who knows?
It's possible, but you shot ammunition into
Yeah.
a faceless crowds.
Yeah. Not in the crowds.
What was that you told me the other day when they said you're 18, you got to do what?
Oh yeah, I was a saw gunner. They just went down the line.
A saga?
A saw gunner. I wasn't
Saw
like
gunner.
I didn't have an M4 or anything like that. I carried an M249.
Yeah.
And they went down the line. We had a bunch of new guys show up at the unit. And they said, where's the 18-year-olds at? And I raised my hand.
I would have raised my hand too.
And they said, okay, here you go. You're a saw gunner. Good luck.
Good luck. So that's a high risk.
Yeah.
Good luck. That's real nice.
If you look at like the other gunners and stuff like that, 240 Bravo gunners, actually another guy carries their ammo because they set it up as a team. One guy will be feeding ammunition belts to another, but a saw gunner holds all that himself, and he switches out those drums like a magazine. So you get kind of fucked because you have to carry all your own ammo too. You have no gun team. It's just you. You're just a.
And it's hot, huh?
Yeah, it's worse. It's cold in Afghanistan.
At night?
Cold as fuck. Frostbite on my toes and guard
At night,
towers.
though.
No, during the day too.
That's true. Yeah. I forgot about that.
It's cold as fuck.
I'm thinking, yeah, you're in a fucking.
And you're coming from Detroit.
Yeah.
Where it's fucking cold.
Yeah, very cold. Mostly the wind.
So you're well
really
prepared.
You got fucking frostbite. How prepared could you have fucking been?
Yeah, no, I wasn't really that prepared. It's kind of more dumb than anything.
So you're out there and it's like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah,
moments.
Basically. You huddle around a little crank
You're
BBC
stuck.
radio.
What are you going to do? Go run off into the mountains and hopefully catch a bus home?
Yeah, like Bergdahl.
Yeah.
Just leave.
He's going to watch Jason Genova videos on YouTube. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, correct.
So did you have to huddle with other men to keep warm and alive?
No.
Yes, you did.
No, nothing like that.
heard
The trucks got heaters. We were in a strike.
When they were freezing in Russia, those German soldiers were huddling up naked.
They probably didn't have
they had to.
The strikers and the generators hooked up to every tent with AC and heating. Every tent has AC.
So the 18-year-olds, you're fucked.
Yeah. Or they'll just look down on you and fuck with you.
It's funny. You go back home and they won't even let you vote. After going.
How old are you now?
25, almost 26. Okay. So.
And when did you get back?
I got out in 2014, so it was a while ago. I went in typical story right after high school, so it's been a while now.
You wanted to change the world.
No, I just wanted to get the fuck out of Michigan.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. if you're willing to go to Afghanistan to get out of Michigan, yeah.
You know, it sucks.
Well,
there.
before that, I was carrying rocks around this place called the Rock Shop. It was a landscape supply company. I had to wake up every morning and either carry these rocks around or suck water out of these, algae-filled fountains that were getting ready to freeze for the winter. It was just disgusting.
And just think, the porch monkeys in their neighborhood are carrying rocks of crack cocaine, much lighter, more profitable, and the hood boogers are sucking cock, much easier and more profitable. And look what you're doing. And also you're paying your tax money on doing that to subsidize them because they're also getting that on the side. That's their side hustle.
What do you think of Delray Beach?
Oh, I like it compared to where I was down in North Miami. It's fucking heaven. It's like Beverly Hills, but I like it. No, it was a shit show where I was at. Absolute shit show.
Delray Beach has come a long way. I mean, since I moved here anyway. Everyone called it Delray Beach because there was nothing to do here. And then they totally rebuilt downtown Delray, Atlantic Avenue. So
where all the gals are, these gals. You got to come see them.
Come along.
The gals down there. Actually, that's what's his face who brought me down that one night with the gals.
Chris, yeah.
That's who he's directed at.
How long have you been here?
Since the 11th. So only a little while.
Oh shit, not even 2 weeks.
Right. Strangely enough, I haven't met Jason yet, but I've met McLeod, the modern day Winston Churchill.
He actually gave a better name. He's much more honorable than Winston Churchill. I've been digging up dirt on him. Hitler referred to Winston Churchill simply as the drunk.
Lenny, I was going to ask you something about, did you know the Henry Ford Hitler bromance? Where they used to write love letters?
Very familiar with it.
It's pretty interesting stuff if you want to look it up.
Hitler, Charles Lindbergh. Although Brad's eye or Aleister Crowley didn't get too far when he tried to send him letters. He was told his brains would be scattered all over. In a very polite way, though. He has no interest in your kind.
Don't worry. Hamburg will be here in a couple weeks. He'll show you around Delray. He knows the ins and outs.
Bruise room.
Secret surprise.
Bruise room.
Paradise.
Where is Hamburg from? Sweden or Hamburg from Norway?
Sweden.
Oh, okay.
Big difference from what I hear these days.
It's practically a Muslim country
Actually,
now.
he's from Kachestan.
Cranberg, you would be surprised. He comes over wearing the robes and such. Wouldn't surprise me at all. What was that, Brad?
My stomach's going, man. That burger, I don't know, man.
What
I
did
don't
you,
know,
what did
Brad.
you
It's not
put?
doing it to
Did
me.
you put some
I think
laxative?
it's your rectum so he wants to be filled.
I took a shit before I got here too.
I'm not talking about that. Some postman meat. You know you guys are doing it on your breaks.
What are you talking
You're
about?
pumping each other all over the place.
Is that your fantasy, Leonard?
No, it's what. No, I'm just saying that's what you guys do. That's what you
Why
guys
are you so
do.
concerned about what I do at work? What do you do at work?
You just admitted it. Brad.
What do you
That's a
do?
Freudian
What do you
slip.
do at work besides
just
drink out of a
admitted it.
fucking dog bowl, you asshole? Lou, can I get you anything else? Lou, Louie. Oh, I can even bark for you, Louie. If somebody's coming, don't worry, I'll get the door. What the fuck? What do you do at work all day?
He's actually bottling up some of the best supplements.
Lots of bottling.
Yeah,
Lots of sealing. Lots of label.
One for me, one for you. One for me.
I actually have a question about
You gotta
that.
taste everything,
what's
right?
The dissolve? What
Like the bartenders do. They put the straw in the drink, and then they a little bit.
No, none of that. What's the solvent? What's solvent?
No, that's already done. That's done somewhere else.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It comes in gallons. It's simply bottled up by hand.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I mean, you could get a machine for that, but hey,
You're the machine.
right.
I'm sure you're one of the fastest workers there.
I'm the only one.
You always wanted to wear a leash. It's okay. We know.
That is true. I want to wear it in South Carolina too.
What is her name? I forgot her name.
The goddess, the blonde goddess, the blonde bomber.
Totally spaced on what. You don't remember what her name is, right?
Cornelius' ex?
Yeah.
I can't
You're
remember.
pretty good at remember names.
I'm good at bodies, lips, genitals,
Testicles.
eyes. Yeah,
Exactly.
I can touch them without hurting them. Trust me. Remember, a lot of crack whores, they touch your genital. Oh, not there. Got to be real gentle, Brad.
What would you do?
Because
if
you have some, you know.
What would you do if Cornelius' ex came out with a big strap-on on?
I'd bend over real quick. And make sure I had a mirror so I could look at her face while she's doing it.
A selfie stick.
Ah, I like it.
Yeah.
The selfie stick.
Leonard would fucking steal all of her panties.
Wouldn't need to. I'd chain myself. That'd be part of the foundation of the house.
You never leave, huh?
Just like the song Toyline. Once you pass its borders, you will never leave again. Once she passes my borders with the strap on, I will never leave again. As I really should say.
Come on, what's the rest of the song?
Encore, Lenny, encore.
Once she passes my borders, I will never leave again. We see some. I like some dancing while I do it, Big Rob.
Come on, dancing queen. Let's see what you got.
Give me about 6 shots of tequila and I'll dance. Otherwise,
Start beatboxing, Leonard, and he'll dance.
Never heard of it. Obviously, you have. You're a fan of it. You said it.
Freudian slip.
You had one in your garage. You begged for it for Christmas. You finally got it the second year.
You really don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's one of those things. They have a fucking record player and they spin it around and make music with them.
Wrong.
All right, Lenny, here's a lifting question. You guys are always talking about how impressive lifts. How about this guy's always bench 225 for reps? How about Bruno Sammartino? Did 335 for 38 reps. 110% drug-free.
Fake weights.
It's not recorded, but I know for a fact he did it.
Diana ball was invented. Everybody used it. End of story. He showed at one point. Where did he get all that water tension from? All that pasta he ate? I don't think so. He was a clean living guy. He wouldn't go. believe it or not, Bruno never went to any nightclub as a wrestler, and he was it in Madison Square Garden because of the Italians. Back then, they looked up to him like the Puerto Rican champions at the time. You insulted them, they'd wait outside the arena with a knife for the opposing wrestler. They took it seriously. Well, Bruno was at Cleveland, and he was using Diana Ball. That's a fact.
What do you?
Not his whole career, but you could see when he was using it. And he looked the part.
What do you think about C.T. Fletcher saying he never used anything?
He did. He said it on it. He did use it. He admitted it. I saw a video on it the other day, but it's nothing great. Just a regular old porch monkey.
Jesus Christ.
With some kind of genetics, And they eat it's not the genetics. They eat the right foods. Observing the Black Club, a lot of those girls eat. And there's a lot of chicken, a lot of rice, a lot of beans on those plates. A lot of macaroni and cheese. There's a lot of protein in just macaroni and cheese, and they're adding chicken with it. So the fats are there, and the protein is there. And the carbs are there. That's me and Chloe used to say, we're getting big. You eat high everything. These people, the problem with most whites, especially girls with no asses, it's not genetics. It's the way they were brought up. Some of them are into veganism, the worst thing you could do for a body. Second, a lot of them were into the low-fat craze of the 80s, which was supposedly healthy. Everyone was doing that, even removing fat out of baby food. And guess what? You need those fats to grow, recuperate, to develop your brain. That's why you see a lot of whack jobs. People talk about over-medication. No, it's the medication because they're a whack job from not starting off with the essential fats, which is your brain is actually mostly fat. You got to eat those fats. That's a fact. In fact, in Africa, starving Africa, they came up with a solution where they could feed everybody was type of a meal, like a ground type of bread mixed with some type of protein source. Funny thing is, the kids weren't growing that much until they added fats to that mixture in the form of cream. Then people started growing taller, bigger. Look at the average Asian. You see the size of them. They all used to look the same. Thailand back in the 60s. China, because they were on a rice diet predominantly, a little fish thrown in there. Very little protein. Now when they're eating things like McDonald's and more protein foods, they're growing taller and bigger. It's literally that simple. But the Caribbean countries, for one thing, they know how to eat. And that's where they get the bodies. That's where they get the tall heights at. The 7-footers. Even in this country, a lot of crack babies that were starving. There's plenty of stories on YouTube. They're 5 feet tall at 19 years old. Because they're getting enough fat or protein. Mm-hmm. Fat or protein is where it's at, folks, from day one till the day you die. And I'm talking about the natural good fats of different balance of such. People say, omega-3s. No, you need a saturated animal fat as well. You need fish fat. The fat in beef, that's going to help you as well. Everything has a purpose. This fat limiting craze in the 70s and 80s really screwed people up.
Very good, Leonard. It's nutritional advice.
Common sense, specific. Yeah. Nothing nobody said before, but I'm stressing the importance of it more than others.
All right. You want to do any more questions here?
I'm checked out. I got to eat something.
I got the perfect coming out song. I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
I heard it at the club. Andrew knows it.
What?
Robbers.
Okay, I'll take that.
The song Rumors from the 80s.
I have to hear it.
Listen, I heard it at the club.
Wait, I'll play it.
Once you hear it, you'll hear it in a second.
You can sing along.
Do you know it, Brad? I heard it at the club.
Do you know who sings it?
Yeah, the Tonic Social Club. That's the ones.
That's
You know it?
Andrew, you'll know it in a second.
All right.
all right. So anything else you want to get to?
Again, Christina, I love you. I hope to come see you. That would be my dream come true. And thank you, fan from Italy, for the Delray Misfits gear. Coming out with new shirts, plenty in stock. Get a lot of comments about them. People love them. I get stopped all the time. Buy Research Liquids. We had a fan on here. Hopefully he's on the MK677. Every fan should be on the MK677. Of course, after this, I'll be balling out my ass, but I don't mind. So they'll get you. Tell them Big Lenny sent you. New World Nutritionals, the finest protein, no demand, no stomach upset. the finest liver cleaner known to man. And book Cameo. They're great. They're phenomenal. You get a personalized message from me. Even if you want it, we had a PG-13 rating when he got it. It was all
You want me to
PG-13.
play? You know, I have that in my phone. You want me to play it? I was fucking cracking up today. You were good.
It's nothing I wouldn't have said at 13. It's Brad said things like that at 8, so I was on the money.
He's such a fucker, man. Let's see which one it is.
Girlfriend. Correction, girlfriend.
It wasn't that one. This was a long one.
Oh, and I'd like to thank out Gene and obviously Rob Zillah for the great addition to this Misfits family. And I think everyone's in approval at this table, correct?
Yeah, I think we squashed all the bullshit nonsense.
You know what I like about it? Andrew gave everybody a tryout. And I want to apologize on him because he didn't say that. I came to the conclusion he said it. That's bearing false witness against thy neighbor. That's fake news.
So we're all
never assume. Like I said, always fact check.
And what did you do? You got on the phone to him, and he's like,
and everybody's going to be in the videos.
What you got to do is communicate. That's it, man.
Andrew can show up to the gym and without the pressure to have
and be specific.
Yeah, right.
Be specific.
Specific.
Yeah. So that's that.
Never trust the slogans. Hope and change. Power to the people.
Yeah.
Never. Always be specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all work together, man. It's all fun.
That sounds a little too communistic to me.
It's all fun.
Working together, share alike. This land is your land. This land is my land. Like hell it is. You didn't fight for it. This guy did. He should go wherever he wants.
Any video ideas or any questions you want, ask to Leonard. Direct message me.
Yeah, direct message you, Leonard.
Especially sexual problems and perversions. I can explain them to you and giving you a regret of what you're feeling and why you're feeling those feelings.
Like what?
Anything, any type of sexual thing that you think, hey, is this right? Should I be doing this?
Wait, you would think a once a week sex advice column on the channel?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or not, yeah.
That'd be pretty good. Oh, yeah. Requested by Leonard.
Murder Club Paradise. With black ass bending over, twerking in my face and on my body, from the front and back, on Sunday nights.
Go ahead, come on. You know the words. Don't act like you don't know.
Started by the jealous people, and they get mad since something they had and somebody else is holding. Tell me that temptation is very hard to resist. But these
Very hard to resist, Leonard.
they just persist. Maybe you think it's cute, but girl, I'm not impressed. I tell you one time only with my business, please don't mess with you. Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. I just need some time to get away from all these rumors. I can't take it no more. My best friend said it's one I'll never be the girl next door. Hear that one about Tina? Some say she's much too loose. That came straight from a guy who claims she's tasting her juice. Hear that one about Michael? Some say
Bradley.
he must be gay. I tried to argue, but they said if he was straight with me.
Pretend you're in paradise right now.
Hear that one about Susan? Some say she's just a tease. In a camisole, she's 6 feet tall. She'll knock you to your knees.
Club Atomic, they're 6 feet tall, Brad, and they'll knock you to your knees so you can suck them off.
Because I won't fucking be there, asshole. Good night, maniacs. That's it.
Mike T's disappointed you, Brad.
I don't give a fuck.